Oh, jeez!
Well, I hope you die.
God-awful bunch of malcontents. I hope you all kill each other.
Well, I can't understand none of it. This one begat that one, and that one begat this one, and begat, and lo and behold, someone says some shit to someone or another. Just how retarded are you?
Nobody's saying you can't own a gun. Nobody's even saying you can't carry a gun. All we're saying is you can't carry a gun in town.
Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Hey, bitches! What's going on? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's our last evening show of the week. I'm excited. Oh, we've only got 2 more of these godforsaken G-word shows left, and then we can go to Friday, and we can have some fun. We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to have fun tomorrow morning, but only fun on Friday. We call it Only Fun. It's a subscription service. We have the members-only show tomorrow after the morning show's over. I already said what I was going to do for the members only show. So if you were listening to the show where I said what I was going to do for the members only show, I would really like it if you could tell me what that was, because I can't remember. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. UFC fighter Bryce Mitchell is going to tell us how to stop whacking off. That's nice. Speaking of jerk-offs, the Squatty Potty guy got arrested for being a complete pervert. Who would have known that the ravenous homosexual who's adopted many children was also accessing child pornography? Look, I'm not here to notice patterns, okay? I'm just here to give you the information. Fuck, I left my water upstairs. God damn it to heck shoot. Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff to discuss today. Brandan Herrera, who many people are confusing on our thumbnail there of being Andrade El Idolo. He is not. He is not the Squatty Potty guy either. We're going to talk about him. He's having a great week at the expense of Tony Gonzalez, not the football player, who's having a terrible week. Stephen A. Smith sounding kind of based. We've got Jews burning the Israeli flag. I told you I didn't dislike them all. And a lot more coming up on this evening's show. Now, I want to clear something up, because I got 3 or 4 Twitter DMs, I got an Instagram message, I got some messages on Facebook today. People were trying to make me feel better about the giant steel toe dick in the ass we took this morning monetarily. Now look, I've said numerous times, We were able to be profitable the last 2 years. I'm happy about that. All I give a shit about is breaking even. You know me. So we've had some good fortune the last couple of years. So we go through the first quarter of the year, which is always tough for everybody. The only reason other people don't let on to how tough the first quarter is, they don't have goals like this hacky steel toe show. We're going to miss sometimes. And in the first quarter, we're probably going to miss way more than we're comfortable with. What I've been lucky to have is an audience that makes up for it down the road or the next day or whatever. So they were trying to make me feel good about it, which was nice of them. It did not upset me. We got our merchandise payout today. I'm not okay. I could be a hack right now, and I could piss off a lot of people, and I could say that because of the merchandise payout, it's all a wash and we're perfect still. But I'm not going to say that because I don't think it can come from the merch side. I'm just saying I'm writing this morning off as a loss. Big deal. I loved the show. I thought the show was great. The numbers on the show were fantastic. It was our biggest numbers of the week. We didn't quite kiss 800, but we got well over 7. So, and the likes were great. You guys were hitting like today. I love that. Thank you very much. But the audience is so sweet off the air. They're very mean in the chat, but they're very sweet off the air. And people were writing to me this afternoon, and they were like, Aaron, don't feel so bad about that big L you took this morning. And I'm like, well, I went to the Y, played some basketball, did a little boxing, did some weightlifting, went in the sauna. I'm kind of over it. I'm fine, but thanks for bringing it up again. Cool. Go ahead. What do you got? Aaron, don't feel bad about the L you took this morning. YouTube is having serious problems. People can't get super chats. People aren't getting super chats today because there's some kind of moderating. I don't know if it's a moderating flaw or it's a new moderating thing that YouTube is doing, and this is going to be permanent. And they were like, a lot of channels are complaining that chats are getting deleted. People aren't allowed to post in people's chats. Super chats aren't going through, all of that stuff. And they're like, so Aaron, you might have got screwed today. That's sweet. And I appreciate it. And again, if I was a hack, I would take the money and run. I would take the excuse and I would go, yeah, that's the ticket. We don't make any money on super chats. We make a little bit on video revenue. We make a nice little chunk that helps keep the G word down. And we make a nice little chunk on memberships. And that helps keep the G word down. Just like we do on Rumble as well. So super chats, we don't make a lot of money on super chats. Rumble's our number one platform. YouTube is a far cry second in terms of our important platforms. So if the super chats weren't busted, which I have no confirmation that they are other than a bunch of people saying they are. I was watching Candace Owens today and the purples and the reds seem to be flying by just fine in Candace's chat. But I appreciate the niceness. I appreciate the kindness. We would have been fucked either way. Look, there's just some days when you're a listener-supported show that it's not going to be there no matter how good the show is. So thank you, guys. I appreciate that. That's very nice. Now, in order for Rumble to show off, they should gift a fuckload of memberships, post a bunch of Rumble rants. You know what Rumble should do right now to YouTube? They should mog YouTube by giving me a bunch of their hard-earned money and putting really vulgar Rumble rants in there. I mean, just the worst words that Rumble will allow you to post. I think, or even better yet, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, they don't even, you can write whatever you want on those bad boys. And plus, the G word is so embarrassingly low tonight because of how well you guys did last night that if we don't clear this one, I should probably quit. We're going to have an awesome show tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. People are, though, I'm looking in the chat in Rumble. Unbanned Josh Denny fan on YouTube says the chat is not working. You have to add something like Japanese characters to the comment for it to post. Really? I mean, try sending super chats with Japanese characters in them. I don't know. But either way, Satan's Mechanic says, word on the street, Aaron, E.T. Aliens own YouTube now, and shit is hitting the proverbial fan. See, I didn't know that. You could have just said Jews. Exculpate says, did Johnny get enough sleep to make an appearance? No, Johnny's going to be off until Monday. And to all of you who said, Johnny weighs the show down. Johnny doesn't seem interested. Johnny doesn't care, and that's hurting you. Now, numbers-wise, we did do our biggest show of the week, but it did seem like people were there for the Candace stuff. But we missed a huge money number today, and Johnny wasn't here. So that's, to me, that's a win for the Johnny, if you ask me. All right, let's get into some trouble tonight. We've got, you know how to support the show. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's get into some trouble. Let's start with Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell, I think we should celebrate his whole catalog this segment. It's the last evening show of the week. I think we should keep it light. We should keep it loose. Bryce Mitchell has such a great list of hits, which include his comments on Hitler, also his comments on the Earth being, he's a flat Earth guy. I want to grab all the Bryce Mitchell greatest hits. I've got the Hitler one now. It's in my favorites. But he also thinks that the world is flat. Bryce Mitchell, flat Earth. And now today, it seems like Bryce Mitchell has solved the key to jacking off. Bryce Mitchell has figured it out. He's figured out how to get young men to stop cranking their dicks. I can't find the flat Earth one. Oh, wait. Nope. Here we go. I found them all. We can celebrate his whole catalog. Let's start with the flat Earth one. And then we will get to the Hitler one. And then Bryce Mitchell's latest greatest hit, which is how to get young man to stop beating off. Let's go to the flat Earth one first. This is when he called out Joe Rogan.
Crap about me and talking crap about my mama. He's been doing it for too long. Me and my mama will tell you right now this Earth is flat.
I'm going to reset this because I forgot to hit record, and we are going to clip this out for later this weekend. Again, Bryce Mitchell, flat Earth, Hitler, and whacking off. Go.
Hey, I'm here to call out Joe Rogan for talking crap about me and talking crap about my mama. He's been doing it for too long. Me and my mama will tell you right now this Earth is flat. It ain't moving around at no 600-something thousand miles an hour.
What? I mean, if that was the case, we'd all go flying off the motherfucker. So we don't need to talk about gravity. We don't need to talk about... we don't need to talk about a lot of shit. You know why we don't need to talk about... Here's where I always feel uncomfortable. People sometimes throughout the history of this show have said, why don't you debate a flat earther? We did it once with Corey Adam. We had a flat earth guy on the show. And I kind of let Corey take over the debate because here's what happens when I talk to those flat earth guys. No shit. I get intimidated. Because because those guys have done their homework. And I sit here and I go, it's just because it is. You know, they'll sit there and they'll go, well, did you know that there's an ice shelf and in Antarctica you can't go? They won't let you go to a certain point because if you went there, you would... And I'm like, yeah, but my teacher said that it would... I don't have a lot of science shit in my brain. I sucked at science. I don't have a lot of science shit in my brain to go, the earth is round. I just believe the earth is round. And so when I debate flat earthers, they probably could run circles around me. Shit, by the end of the thing, they might convince me the earth is flat. Because I would sit there and I would go, your cell phones wouldn't work if the earth was flat. And then they would bring up some bullshit thing where they'd go, actually, the motion of a flat earth, if it was a disk and it was rotating, the satellites would be just over the earth, blanketing it with a signal, which would cause then your phone to still work. I'd be like, well, fuck, I had the phone thing. That's all I had. The horizon. That's actually just light bending the horizon. You're still on a flat earth. That's just the distance that your eyes can perceive space. Fuck, I had the cell phone and the beach. Those are the only two things I had.
Spinning 1,000 miles an hour and floating through the universe constantly, okay? This earth is flat, it's fixed, and the stars and stuff rotate around us. The sun rotates around us, okay? And
Oh, fuck. Galileo versus Bryce Mitchell in the octagon, bitch.
Can prove that, I would love to debate you, Joe Rogan, because I'm tired of you making fun of flat earthers. And if you're so confident, come on and debate me, buddy, because I'm tired of this crap you're posting. You want to post a video today about a mathematician that says the universe is local, but it ain't real. What does that even mean? That's a bunch of mumbo jumbo crap, brother.
See, oh, Aaron, why don't you sit down and own Bryce Mitchell on Flat Earth? I don't know how to, what is he saying? I don't know. My whole life, I've just kind of taken it that the earth was round. The earth being round is not something I ever thought I'd have to defend. That's why my defense of, hey, is the earth round? I'd be like, yeah. Oh, why is it round? Duh. That's all I've got. I would be the worst representative. Like a guy who really likes hockey, and he's a huge fan, has followed it forever, but he's got 2 left feet and he can't skate. You're not going to put that guy on the Olympic team. He may be right about everything hockey related. He may be, crushing his facts about Gordie Howe and shit. You ain't putting him on the ice. That's me and the earth. Is it flat? No, it's round. Aaron, why is it round? You want to debate this flat earth guy? No. Why? Because I'll lose. Oh, because you can't defend your position. No, I know my position's right. I'm not good at that. Sorry. Fuck you, dude, with his traditional savory Rumble rant to start us off tonight. Thank you very much. Fuck you, dude. We're also 72 memberships away from 600. Let's see how close we can get to that, eh? Maybe we can get to 50 tonight. Fauci's Pangolin with $1 says, Aaron, I can prove the earth isn't flat once and for all. If the earth was flat, cats would knock everything off the edge. Hey-o! Redbird with $10. Thank you very much, Redbird. I appreciate the generosity. You guys are cooking so far tonight. Keep cooking. You're great chefs, and I love your dishes. Redbird says 6 years ago, you would have called for her to be thrown in a padded room. Now how much of this can you immediately dismiss after Epstein? It's 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Do you mind if I do this after we talk about Bryce Mitchell? Oh, God, I'm not going to say it. She's fine. She got it all right. Can I do it after we talk about Bryce Mitchell helping everyone to stop whacking off? Because I got the Hitler thing. I got the whacking off thing. I planned a great show for you today. Thank you. We got some color in the Rumble chat, some blueberries, some golden showers, and some orange pus. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. So then our other Bryce Mitchell clip we have, this was from a podcast that he was doing in his hunting shack where he talked about Adolf Hitler. This is Bryce Mitchell clip number 2 before we get to today's clip.
Hitler, hell and the Nazis. I really don't think that he was because I honestly think that Hitler was a good guy based upon my own research, not my public education indoctrination. I really do think before Hitler got on meth, he was a guy to go fishing with.
First of all, Hitler was an artist. He would have thought fishing sucked. He would have thought it was boring and that you were a redneck. He probably would have looked down at you. He was an artistic type, but yeah, it's that goddamn meth. We don't talk about that enough. We like to demonize the Nazis and say they were terrible people, and we let the drugs off the hook every time. Goddamn Big Pharma. The Nazis are a propaganda wing for Big Pharma.
He fought for his country. He wanted to purify it by kicking the greedy Jews out.
By the way, that is not an anti-Semitic remark that Bryce Mitchell just made. Because notice, he didn't say all Jews. He said the greedy Jews. So technically, if he's only, just the greedy ones. By the way, this is exactly how Germany ended up going with the Nazis and totally following them. They're like, the economy's getting better. I don't have to bring a wheelbarrow full of marks to buy a loaf of bread. I guess if it's just the greedy ones. Notice inflation went down and goods became more affordable once they banned Jewish ownership of banks and businesses. Coincidence there in Germany. Now, see, look what Bryce Mitchell's doing to us.
That were destroying his country and turning them all into gays. They were gaying out the kids. They were queering out the women. They were queering out the dudes. They were, you know what her first tranny surgery ever was? Happened to be in Germany before Hitler took over. You know the books that everybody makes fun of Hitler burning? You know what the books was? Queer books.
It was queer books. I mean, as a First Amendment guy myself, even the queer books, I'm not exactly for setting them alight. Maybe just don't read the queer books if you don't want to. But Bryce Mitchell with one of the most full-throated modern American defenses of Adolf Hitler since David Duke.
Hitler burned queer books because Hitler didn't want a bunch of queers destroying his nation. They can't produce children.
What?
But what about?
I will say, Southern people saying queer will always be some of the funniest shit in the world to me. There's just some queer. They was queer. Like, they shouldn't say gay. They shouldn't say fag. That's too harsh. Queer. They was queers, and that's why Hitler wanted to get rid of the books. They was queer books. He didn't go for that shit, old Adolf. So, Fauci's pangolin. Okay, the world is flat. Now, wait a minute. No, wait. Guys, wait. Honky said, "Oh God, you're right. This is going to cause a problem with old Bryce Mitchell. Wait till he hears that Hitler and his fellow good guys created the V2 rockets based on a spherical Earth. Oh no, Werner von Braun is round Earth mogging Bryce Mitchell right now. And by the way, you might say, Aaron, that's weird. You said Werner von Braun and Nazis. Yeah, Werner von Braun is the man who built NASA and helped us get to the moon. That's true. But before his illustrious career at NASA, he was the head of the German weapons technology department, and he created the V1 and the V2 rockets. He was just a guy who liked playing with rockets and liked theorizing about rockets, and Hitler said, could you build a few of those to blow up some limeys? And he said, fuck it, sure. So he built the V1, the V2. He was on his way to the V3 rocket. They were working on atomic bombs. And do you know how Werner von Braun got most of his work done in his workshops in Germany? Yes, a lot of them were underground to be safe from bombing. But do you know he used slave labor, and the slaves he used were Jews? So, yeah, I think Bryce Mitchell would have a little bit of a problem. Not with the Jewish slaves thing. Seems like he'd be totally aces about that. But, yeah, the whole designing the rockets based on a spherical Earth, that's really going to burn his ass a little bit. MSO says, is he shitting on QuickBooks? No. I use QuickBooks. I think QuickBooks are great. No, he's queer books, not QuickBooks. Hitler was not burning QuickBooks. Although he did ban all the Jewish accountants. So technically he probably did at least hinder its completion. Honky says, why isn't there a Scorch Weird News remake called Queer News? Some are lame and some are gay. Some are trans anyway. Queer News. There, we're working on it. How's that? Yeah, all Southern people say queer like Billy Bob Thornton in Sling Blade. So anyway, Bryce Mitchell has, he wants to talk to you about the queers. He wants to talk to you about the flat earth. Now he wants to talk to you about whacking off. By the way, YouTube, if you're in YouTube, people are losing their minds. I think people who are saying, are you banning me? I'm just going to ban them because it's funny to me. I'm just going to go ahead and ban them for fun. We'll bring back the, what did we used to call it in the radio days? Blockomania. We'll bring back Blockomania from the radio days. But someone says, you banning me? Like, I should ban, like, it's funny if I ban that guy, right? This Britney Spears' future husband writes, wow, I'm banned already. I mean, no, you're not banned. Oops, they're banned. Oh, I'm sorry. That's on me. My bad. Jonathan Rich writes, banning me? No, I'm not banning you. I'm not banned. Why would I ban you? Oh, shit, I just banned him. God damn it. That's what I should do. Michael Rossi says he had a nice song about Werner von Braun. The hero of NASA, old Werner von Braun. I'm sure there are like tribute songs to him. We'll forget the thing about the Nazis because you helped us to the moon. All right. $1 from Redbird says, to help fix the post-World War I Weimar population crisis, Hitler's government would forgive 20% of the mortgage for every child a couple had. 5 kids, free house. Nice. Nice. Unnerving Brain, when I banned Britney Spears' husband, writes, oops, he did it again. All right, guys, that's enough. No more. If you if you ask if you're banned in the YouTube chat now, I will not ban you. I promise. That was a funny little prank I played on you. That's my fault. If you mention that I banned any of your alt accounts, I won't ban you for that. I am giving you total free. I'm giving you total free speech on YouTube. Say whatever you want. You're totally safe. I'm so sorry about that. All right, we're up over the 200 mark, 20 minutes into the show. Let's get to 300 tonight. Thank you, guys. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and keep throwing a little cash the toes way, and we'll get this thing knocked out and have ourselves a good week of evening shows. Fuck YouTube, Real Talk. Wow, I mean, they're fine. We'll see what happens. I just want to see if I'm encouraging them to come out of their shell, because YouTube is having some auto ban problems today. Apparently, in a bunch of people's chats, YouTube is auto deleting chats. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows, if their chats get through on this channel, no matter how crazy or awful they may be, in the spirit of free speech and in the spirit of fairness, I'm going to just let them kind of have their say tonight. All right? I promise. Honest engine. All right, so anyway, after educating us on Hitler and the shape of the earth, Bryce Mitchell now wants to let us know he was on Sneeko's show. Sneeko, who is totally Muslim and not just pretending. He had Bryce Mitchell on, and they were talking about, as any two heterosexual men will discuss on a podcast in front of thousands of people, whacking off. They were going to talk about jacking their wieners together. Bryce Mitchell has found a solution, a final solution, some would say, to young men who are cursed with masturbating too much. Now, two things. One, that is a problem for having a healthy relationship. That is a problem with developing healthy sexual habits. Too much whacking off to pornography can also create erectile dysfunction problems. That's why I don't engage in the stuff. So, while that's true, it's also equally true that it's really fucking weird and gay for two dudes to talk about it together on a podcast. So here we go. This is Bryce Mitchell on how to get this next generation to stop whacking it. Now, they use the term gooning. I fucking hate that term. Like, I like Gen Z slang. I think Gen Z is doing great work. I like them. But like gooning and cracking, like all of their sex stuff, their sex terminology just clearly shows a serious sex addiction and porn addiction and detachment that is going to be remarkably, like, you can see these guys' sexual hangups coming a mile away. I'm getting cracked today. All right, so your women are all whores and they suck. Oh man, I'm gooning. All right, so that's fucking creepy that you would even call it that. Like, jerking it is fine. Like, it's works. Like, you don't need to get rid of it. It's like the Apple II. Apple ran with the Apple II forever because it was like, nobody's making anything better. Fuck it, let's just use that. Whacking off, jerking it, jacking it, all of those are good. Masturbation, all of that is fine. Anything James Van Der Beek said, rest in peace, anything James Van Der Beek said in Varsity Blues, you can use those terms. Gooning is not necessary. And girls, stop saying you're getting cracked. You sound like desperate whores. So, this is Bryce Mitchell trying to save the world.
We have a lot of people that say goon, these people who watch streams a lot. A lot of them are addicted to porn and jerking off. Right, that's like, I think, the number one thing holding them. It's the same.
Hey, let me tell you one thing to help y'all stop jerking off to porn. Let me tell you, every time you jerk off to porn, the Jews win.
That sounds like you're saying Jews.
He is. He's absolutely saying Jews.
And you guessed it, a Jew.
He is. He's absolutely talking about the Jews.
Jews be Jewing. Niggas be niggaing.
100%.
Enough. I will hear no more of this Hebrew nonsense.
Oh my God. Bryce Mitchell is like the go-to guy for a quote.
Jerking off to porn. Let me tell you, every time you jerk off to porn, the Jews win.
That's right. And we hate that around here. Because you know what kind of books they make? Queer books. You know what kind of porn they're jerking off to? Queer porn. So Bryce Mitchell, to give the, now Gen Z hates Israel too, so this one might actually work. And Gen Z might ask, well, what do you mean every time I jerk off, the Jews win? How does that make any sense? Well, pretty much all of the porn you watch is owned by Jews. That's not an exaggeration. You can look it up. There's a whole tree online someone made, a porn tree, and it's all owned by this really quiet, silent dude who doesn't go out very much. Probably because he's whacking it all the time. He's a Jewish guy. OnlyFans, owned by Jews. So, yeah, every time you jerk off to porn, Jews kind of win. That's not to say that every time you jerk off to your own memories in your Rolodex in your head that Christ smiles. That's not necessarily, you're not supposed to be spilling your seed frivolously, but, you know, look, if Bryce Mitchell is just trying to help the men of this young generation. What's that? One more time there, Bryce. What is that?
Let me tell you, every time you jerk off to porn, the Jews win.
Can we play that one more time so Victor can get a clean cut?
Let me tell you, every time you jerk off to porn, the Jews win.
There we go. You know what? There's 10 seconds left. I should know better than to cut Bryce Mitchell off. So, Earth is flat. Hitler and queer books. Hitler was great guy until he started doing meth. And then every time you jerk off to porn, the Jews win. Ew, gross. Just think every time you're whacking off, there's some guy just going, ew, more pennies for the hits and the advertisements. Don't hit the skip button. That Chatterbait ad's a doozy. All right, Bryce, lay it on him.
Let me tell you, every time you jerk off to porn, the Jews win.
Yep.
The Jew is sitting there laughing at you. That's right. That's right. Every time you do it, the Jew laughs, the Jew wins. Don't give the Jew the victory.
Bryce Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen, adding another one to his Hall of Fame. Very good. Digital Soldier says a lot of the porn performers are Jewish as well. The men and the women. Really? I was not aware of that. Bong Time says that Bryce dude looks like he's going to go on a shooting spree. Well, I mean, if the Jews keep winning. Fuck you, dude, with another $5 says, don't jerk it to porn. Do what Aaron does and give a tenner to a homeless chick from the Lincoln Center. I've never done that, nor would I ever do that. I don't know where that came from. He's clearly lying. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. I would be much meaner to you, but we had a record loss this morning, and I need to go out with a win for the evening shows. So I'm going to go light on you. Unnerving Brain says, oh, yeah, Jews, laugh at this load. Blah. Yeah, it's a power load. I'm shooting at the no porn on that one, Jew. Oh, he didn't even log on to his mobile phone to jerk off. What are we going to do about this? They're on to us. What else can we buy that's sinful? Fatty treats, perhaps? Is Nabisco run by Jews? That's a fun thing that you Google because, like, that goes into your algorithm. Is Nabisco owned by Jews? It's not owned by Jewish individuals, but rather a subsidiary of the Mondelez International. Oh, a large, publicly traded, American-based multinational company. Well, that's good. That sounds Latino. Mondelez International CEO. There's no way. Dirk Van de Put. And I'm sure he's just a normal guy. Is Dirk Van de Put? I bet you he's not. Not at all. He's not identified as Jewish. He's a Belgian Christian. How about that? One of us. However, he does wish his Jewish coworkers Shana Tova. That doesn't mean anything. That could just mean he's culturally sensitive. That's all. Unnerving Brain says, do Jews run Pepsi? Every time you drink a Pepsi, the Jews win. I've always been a Coca-Cola man myself. Always a Coca-Cola man. All right, let's go in. Oh, wait. Let's go to the YouTube chat because I said free speech. Remember, I said we're not going to ban anybody. So everybody feel free to say what you want. Here's Nick M. He says, fucking pathetic. Get a real job. It's not even fun to watch, ironically. That means I was supposed to be gone already, and he's mad, and he feels like if he quits watching, somehow I win. Calm down, Nick. It's just sad. You heard that, guys. Fucking pathetic. Get a real job. It's just sad. Definitely don't start donating a shitload of memberships or anything. This guy will get really mad. But we have free speech tonight, so he's going to be... Oh, shit, I just blocked him. God damn it. Oh, my finger keeps slipping. All right. From this point on, nobody's getting banned. Everyone has free speech. Go crazy. Go nuts. T. Jefferson says, gooning is absolutely an addictive thing. Gooning has a specific meaning and involves hours of the self-service pump while surfing all sorts of different porn on the hub. Oh, gooning is like, don't people have shit to do? I thought whacking off was just, I got 5 minutes. I got to go take care of this real good. Oh, no. Dislabeled says, Indian chicks are hot, very easy to goon to. Oh, really? You can't smell shit through the screen? All right, well, look, to each their own. To each their own. Digital Soldier says BlackRock and Vanguard are part owners of Pepsi. Oh, okay. All right. All right, guys, go nuts, go crazy. Let's get another win for the toe tonight. I say let's do it. 237 checking out the toe. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting follows. Keep jacking those numbers off, up. We're looking solid, guys. A few more and we're good. Gray Duckling with $5 says, I have a real job just so you don't have to. Thank you, Gray Duckling. I appreciate all of you with real jobs out there. I do have a real job. My real job is entertaining the people with the real jobs. That's the way we do it here on the toe, boys and girls. Thank you very much, Gray Duckling, for the 5. Let's why does it? Hey, you know what? I say somebody just drops a hundo very generously or 20 memberships on the toe, and we just call this thing a win now. Fuck it. That's what I think we ought to do. Get that pesky capitalism shit out of the way and just let us do a show. Okay, Redbird sent this one in. He said, Aaron, 5 to 10 years ago, this woman would have been called a crazy conspiracy theorist. Now what do you think? All right, let's hear this young lady out. So a lot of fake health influencers love to promote eating oats. Well, enough about Chrissy Maher. It's a stable thing.
Love to promote eating oats for breakfast. This is peasant food. This is actual boys love. They used to feed this to peasants and slaves because it was cheap. So stay away from any of that. Glyphosate bombs. They love to say, oh, she got that Aquafina. This water is trash, okay? It's so acidic, it could burn holes. And you know what's even worse, this is like just drinking battery acid. We're gonna come down the aisle.
Is my Culligan water okay? I'm old school. I got the Culligan, I got the water cooler, you know? Because it's a workplace, I've got to have a water cooler. Sometimes in the morning before I come down to the studio, I'll stand up by the water cooler and just talk to myself about what I watched or, you know, what I saw on TV the night before, stuff like that. You know, just talk pop culture with the boys, you know. Oh, you see that State of the Union? Yeah, fucked up shit, huh? That was pretty crazy. That Erica Kirk's a dead-eyed bitch, isn't she? Oh, my God, completely psychotic. But that's okay, right? The Culligan water that I left upstairs and I'm thirsting for.
See these brands here? They all contain human meat. These are all sacrificed humans, aborted fetuses. We don't go by any of this stuff.
Wait, what? Oreos have aborted fetuses in them? I'm going to have to fact check that one. Because I do feel like that could be, quite frankly, a load of bullshit. I think this beautiful woman is trying to pull the wool over my eyes. Do Oreos have babies in them? Guys, we're going to settle this once and for all. Oreos do not have babies in them. They are a manufactured food product made of cocoa cookies and a sugar-based cream filling. It appears this question may stem from what? From a humorous confusion with Oriole birds? That's not anything I was thinking of, but okay. Which build hanging nest bags and lay eggs in them. Are they putting Orioles in the Oreos? Okay.
A-Peel. All of this is A-Peel. Every single brand here, they're using A-Peel on organic. If you look down this aisle, that is a shapeshifter. Okay? His eyes turned black.
All right, she's fucking around, Redbird. She's just being silly. You had me going there. You had me thinking that maybe. Oh fuck! I was kidding, guys. I was joking a second ago. I didn't say that you had to. Thank you. Fuck you, dude. $100. He just says savory.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate the $100 from fuck you, dude. Watch this. Hey, you know what? It worked one time. I bet you nobody else can throw $100 at the toe, right? There's not another person listening to this show right now that could donate $100. I bet you there isn't a single audience member that could donate $100 to Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. None of them have the ability to do it. There is no way we could do another $100 to this program. It's not possible. No, Aaron does not pleasure himself to pictures of gravy fountains. That's not true. To Gray Cuckling, it's Gay Cuckling. God damn it, Gray Duckling. I wish they would get your name right. It's Gay Cuckling, not Gray Cuckling. Doesn't work as well. I wish my boy Johnny was on at nights. He's got that night show kind of vibe. Somebody, I wish I knew who did this because I would have them on the show, I think, and find out who they are and why they did it and whatever. I was watching Kevin Brennan's. I put Kevin Brennan's show on sometimes, like when I'm doing dishes or laundry or whatever. I'll put KB on and see what he's fucking screaming about. And I think it was yesterday I was down here. I was prepping for the show, and I had Brennan on. And Brennan was talking about, that's how I found out about Jim Brewer, talking about him on Rogan. And I've got Brennan on, and he's playing this video of this guy or gal, I don't know, who's made like a steel toe felt puppet AI recreation thing. I don't have a link to it. I don't know how to find it. I just saw Kevin. I didn't even have my phone on, but when I heard their imitation of my voice, I had to turn my phone back on and actually watch the video part. And they've built like these felt puppets. They've got one of me and one of Johnny, and it's not so much for me. It was more the Johnny impression. So they had me just saying all this, happy-go-lucky shit, and I'm just yucking it up for the camera and the crowd and everything. And all they have Johnny saying is, wow. That's it. That's Johnny's only line in the whole thing. Wow. It had me, it doesn't sound funny. I'm not doing it justice. The way they do it, it was really funny. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, this might be a thing that only 5 people have ever seen. I have no idea. But if anybody knows what that is or knows where I could find it, I would really appreciate that. Rexstart parody account with $1 says, you got me there. I sure can't give you $100. Oh, well, see, I was right. I said that there's nobody else who can contribute $100. Can't be done. Redbird with $1 says, I know the point is you still bothered looking it up instead of dismissing it outright. Well, you can't be too sure nowadays. Bill Grand says, fuck you, dude. Literally 15 seconds after you send that in, it is forgotten about. That has to piss you off. It always irritates me when I do it. I love guys like Bill Grand. They're concerned trolling fuck you, dude, because they're mad that he gave me $100. Bill Grand, just relax, buddy. I bet you Bill Grand can't throw in $100 like fuck you, dude did. Yeah, Unnerving Brain says, what, do you want him to talk about the dono all night? Ladies and gentlemen, let's break this down. Fuck you, dude, with that amazing $100 contribution to this program. Let's see. You break that down. We do a 2.5-hour show. So you go, now if this was a 2-hour show, that $100 would mean that Fuck You Dude was contributing $50 every hour of this program. Unbelievable contribution. Just really, ridiculous work. But it's that half hour that throws me off. I was never a math guy. So if anybody in the chat can figure out what that 100, because if it was a 3-hour show, it would be 33 and 33 cents repeating per hour. But it's 2.5. So does that bring it to 45? I don't really understand how any of that works. So thank you, Fuck You Dude. We will be further analyzing this $100 contribution until Bill Grand is happy. And when Bill Grand is happy, then we will be able to stop talking about this. Taste Fairy Ialto says, how much are you supposed to talk about when he only said savory? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just trying to make Bill Grand happy right now. Here, Bill Grand, you give me $100 and we'll see if I do it right. Unnerving Brain says, don't have to justify it. Fuck you, dude. I was having fun with Bill Grand. I was having fun with my friend Bill Grand. That's all. Just having fun with my buddy Bill Grand. All right. Well, too bad. Nobody knows who this puppet person is. Nobody's given me any info on the puppet people. It must be a really, on the down low kind of a thing. All right. Let's move on. Unless Bill Grand does not think I have properly thanked Fuck You Dude for that. Put that back up there just to make sure. Look at that. Thank you so much. You know what? We should make that bigger. Bill Grand is right. That is ridiculous that I would only give that much. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. Everybody start chipping in. We're going to put them on the screen like that, lest Bill Grand is fucking pissed off at us. Fuck You Dude with $100, and he says savory. I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to forget to hit Control Z on that before I close out OBS tonight, and I'm going to have to fix that tomorrow morning. Bill Grand says, if I didn't draw attention to it, there wouldn't have been a thank you. See, I got it out of you. You're right. I didn't thank him before and play the sound drop for him. I'm telling you right now, but Bill Grand, is it okay if everybody who gives from $1 to $100 tonight gets the big, display? Sir, is that all right? By the way, there's another way to do that I found out about. It's, you can do it through Rumble Studio. Come on. Fucking do it this time, though. God damn it. Now it won't do it. It was doing it before. Shit. Before I could click on the donations and it would put them up. Oh, wait. There it is. Fuck You Dude with $100. It just says save, and it tells you where it came from. Bravo. I'm having fun. Thank you, guys. Just, oh, wait. Just got here. Did you know about the American boat shot by Cuba? I didn't know about shot by Cuba. I knew that there was an incident involving some Americans and they died on a boat in Cuba or something. American boat, Cuba. Cuba says 4 killed after U.S. boat violates territorial water. Holy shit. A U.S. registered speedboat violated Cuban territorial waters, kicking off an armed confrontation with Cuban border guard troops. Holy shit. Rubio's spoken on it now?
This morning, we were made aware by Cuban authorities of an incident off the coast of Cuba.
Guys, give me 1 second. This is a perfect chance for me to grab my water real quick. I'm really sorry about this.
We immediately began to look into it. As it stands now, the Department of Homeland Security, the Coast Guard, others are involved. The majority of the information we still possess is what Cuban authorities are providing both the public and the U.S. government. We have our embassy on the ground in Havana working this as we speak, asking for access to the people that were on those vessels, if they were American citizens or permanent residents. According to the Cuban regime, the boat was registered in Florida. We're tracking that down. We will know shortly, and we will know quickly, many more facts about this incident than we know right now. The majority of the facts. Cubans. We will verify that independently, and we'll, as we gather more information, then we'll be prepared to respond accordingly. I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to opine on
what is going on with this video.
But we're going to find out exactly what happened here, and then we'll respond accordingly. Okay?
So really, he seems like he doesn't know much about it other than the 4 people dead. 4 dead in Cuba, yo. Somebody stole some Cuban cigars. Oh. You know, I'm a sucker for fine Cuban cigars. Only problem is I can't afford them. But just last week, I went and bought myself a whole box. And just to be sure, I insured them. I took out a policy against fire and theft. And then I hurried on home. And, oh shit, with a 50-cent lighter, I sat on my back stairs and I smoked them one by one. That next day, I went to see that insurance man, and then I handed him my claim. I said through a series of small fires, they'd all gone up in flames. Sorry, I'm losing it. I can't remember the rest of the song. I apologize. Oh, this is why we're not getting that second $100 drop from anyone tonight. I got one $100 and I'm mailing it in. Time to do a show, you fat fuck. I do want to know a little more about this Cuban boat death. 4 killed, 6 wounded on U.S. registered boat in confrontation off Cuba's coast. Come on, we got to know more.
Cuba saying it's killed 4 people aboard an American speedboat and
now we know how the Venezuelans feel. Somebody fucking with their fishermen.
Injuring 6 others. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. Breaking news at this hour. The Cuban embassy in the United States saying that Cuban troops opened fire on the speedboat that they say was detected in Cuba's territorial waters. The vessel, actually registered in Florida, is said to have been about a mile from Cuba. Our contributor and retired Colonel Steve Gagnon joins me now. Clearly, we're just reading in, getting more information. But as you're getting details, what are your first thoughts?
First of all, we can't trust anything that the Cubans say. So.
Oh, well, that's convenient. You know, as I get older, I wonder about that. Well, I can't trust anything the Iranians say. We can't trust anything the Cubans say. Well, who can trust anything we say? We've stabbed people in the back plenty of times. Ask the Kurds. Like, we fucked people over. Ask the Lienz Cossacks. You know, ask all the people. Ask the Arabs in the Middle East after World War I. We fucked over a lot of people. I mean, some would say that we helped start the Russian-Ukraine war with a lot of our posturing through NATO. So why is it that we get to say, well, you can't trust anything the Cuban government says? Why? Because they're commies? I feel like I've watched commies lie. Sure, I've watched capitalists lie too. Oh, we can't trust them. Why? Because we really want to bomb the fuck out of them. They used to do that about Saddam Hussein too. I don't have any weapons of mass destruction. Well, remember, you can't believe anything Saddam says. Well, Saddam was telling the truth. We weren't. Isn't that funny? Saddam Hussein, can't trust him. Terrible dictator. Turns out he wasn't lying. We were. Are we the baddies? So I always get a kick out of it when a U.S. general goes on and goes, first of all, if the Cubans said it, it's total bullshit. All right, what about when we say Iran's a week away from getting a nuke every other week? Oh, well, that, we have intelligence sources, and they never get anything wrong.
If they say it was only a mile offshore, then that opens questions like, what was that speedboat doing there? Because it was within the 12 nautical mile legal
limit. I guess probably a CIA spy boat undercover.
Limit of sovereign territory of Cuba. If it was outside of 12 miles and this happened, which we will be able to probably determine, then that is something very, very different, and that becomes...
Why are all those countries red? Is this like a secret, these are the places we're going to attack? No, because one of them is Puerto Rico.
It's a very big diplomatic incident. So 4 people dead, 6 people injured. That's about the only thing we can trust. The Cubans say that the U.S. boat fired first on the Cuban boat.
Oh, shit.
Hard to believe that, but we need to wait and see.
Hard to believe that? This guy's a little biased, though, isn't he? It feels like he doesn't know shit about it. And yet he's coming on the news and he's like, okay, can't trust anything Cuba says. They said we fired on it first. That's probably bullshit. Well, how do you know that? Because I pulled it right out of my fresh, stinky asshole. I don't trust any of these fuckers.
How close they were actually, and that will determine how big a deal this actually becomes.
And we're being very careful with the language here because we're saying an American speedboat. We're not saying that Americans were killed. We don't know yet. I don't think we can confirm, right, if they were Americans or not. Okay, so clearly this is fallout from the capture of Maduro.
Yeah, it's fallout in the sense that the Cubans...
What? Well, yeah, okay, maybe, because, yeah, how does Cuba know that every American ship that gets within a mile of their shores isn't there to fuck them up? Because we sent a strike team in the middle of the night to kidnap Nicolas Maduro. Felt so bad for that poor bastard. That Medal of Honor recipient, seeing him there with a walker as he died so that Israel could get oil from Venezuela. It benefits him nothing. It benefits us here in the United States nothing. And now that poor fucker can't even walk. That made me so mad. That poor guy lost his ability to walk for absolutely nothing.
Are very nervous. So remember when we took Maduro and we said that we're going to control Venezuelan oil, we said 60% of your daily requirement of oil, Cuba, is no longer going to come to you from Venezuela. And so you think about a cut of that much oil that keeps the lights on is eventually going to crush the Cuban economy.
Right.
The Cubans know this. They know that the White House has said very clearly that they want regime change in Havana. So it's a matter of time before the economy collapses and something has to...
Not going to lie, I'd love to vacation in Cuba. I mean, it's so, you saw how close it is to Key West. Just make it a United States territory. We'll build you cool shit. We'll get you jobs. I'd love to vacation down in Cuba.
Yeah, so very, very nervous until you can see that they may be on guard. But at this point...
Look at how close it is to Key West. Give us all of this shit. All of the... keep Haiti. You can keep the Dominican. No, we'll have a baseball team in the Dominican Republic. They'll win the World Series every fucking year. Every year, it'll be the Dominican Republic Slugs. They'll win the whole thing. You know what? Take Haiti, too. We can turn it into something. We can get all those dirt cookie people some fucking jobs, working at resorts and shit. Better than what they're doing now.
Reason to think that this was deliberate or something done by the United States government. Smuggling happens back and forth between Cuba and Florida all the time. So
can he just try to... Okay, wait a minute. Go back.
And something has to give. So very, very nervous until you can see that they may be on guard. But at this point, there's no reason to think that this was deliberate or something done by the United States government.
So wait a minute. We can't trust anything the Cubans say. The Cubans are definitely lying. But we can't even suspect that this is anything the United States government's done, even though we kidnapped Venezuela's leader, and we mentioned that like 30 seconds ago. But there's no reason to believe that this is the United States government doing it. God damn it, these fucking people. And you don't think these people are still bought and paid for by the Pentagon and that they don't go on these news channels to shill to boomers? Come on. Come on. $1 from Onawall. Oh, I forgot. Oh, my God, that scared the shit out of me. I forgot we did that. Thank you. Thank you. That actually did scare the fuck out of me. Thank you, Onawall, for the $1. Everybody chip in, and you'll get your shit up there that big. Thank you. He sent us a link here. Let's see. Oh, Team YouTube stat. Oh, this is an update on the YouTube super chat thing. Okay. Root says, I actually got real Cubans from a realtor when I was in Cancun. I couldn't tell the difference between them and any other cigar. I've smoked 2 or 3 Cubans in my day. And the dirty little secret about Cubans, you can always know if someone doesn't know shit about cigars. If you're smoking a cigar and they're like, oh, yeah, you ever had Cubans? I'm like, yeah, this one's Dominican. Or this one's from Honduras. And they're like, yeah, but are they Cubans? I'm like, it's the same fucking thing, dude. Sorry. This one's Nicaragua. It's all the same climate. Stuff from the Dominican is really good. Like, it does matter, like, the climate they're grown in and everything else. But, like, shit that's grown in the Dominican is just as good as shit in Cuba. It's because it's forbidden fruit. That's why people want it. But, like, there's so much more to cigars than just do they come from Cuba or are they illegal to get. You can get mild-bodied Cuban cigars. You can get medium-bodied, heavy-bodied Cuban cigars that'll make you fucking puke. You can get them all. So don't feel like you're missing out if you don't get Cuban cigars. Landers says, Cubans always lie. They're brown, Aaron. Welcome to 2026. Hobo says, I want Aaron to be visited by General Barbecue. Oh, God, I'd welcome through the front door. As soon as I heard barbecue's here, I'd go, oh, my God, come in. Oh, fuck, it's you. God damn it. This isn't going to end well. Son of a bitch. Team YouTube. All right, this is what Team YouTube has to say. We're aware that some of you are running into issues sending live chat and super chat messages. You try to post and they disappear without error messages. Our teams are looking into it and will continue to share updates here. Okay. So the chat on YouTube is fucked and super chats are completely fucked. That is good to know. Comedy Villain says, how is it any better than what the United States is doing now? Your country is gross. I mean, the mainstream media stuff is always gross. Yes. This guy is saying things completely irresponsible. I mean, yeah, he's pulling it right out of his butthole. Some Soper says the DR is the spot. That's where some of the best cigars are made, for real. My favorite cigars, I've been flip-flopping a lot lately. A few years ago, I would have said Gurkhas. Now I actually, the Monte Cristo White series I like a lot, but the Macanudo Crystals I really enjoy. And my favorite, like, I'm going to splurge today would be Cohiba Red Dots. I love those. Where are Macanudo cigars grown? Dominican Republic. Okay, so that's probably why. I'm probably a Dominican Republic guy. Where are I can't fucking spell Gurkha ever. It's because it's written from a shit country. Where are Gurkha cigar Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. And then where are Cohiba cigars grown? Two distinct. I mean, the authentic Cohibas are Cuban. I'm sorry. That's number one. But the ones we get here, sold in the U.S., is produced by General Cigar Company using tobacco grown in the Dominican, Nicaragua, and Cameroon. Oh, Cameroon's kind of a wild card. So, yeah, Dominican, that's where it's at. Go with the Dominican stuff. 383 Novocaine says Gurkhas those are good pickles. Those are gherkin, but that's okay. All right, guys, finish it up. You're almost there for the night. I do not expect you to make up for this morning. I say fuck it. Leave that to the morning show. I am going to give Oz a $100 bonus tomorrow if we knock out both tomorrow and what we missed today. I've decided I'm going to give Oz the lion's share of that if we knock it out. Satan's Mechanic says Aaron owns a humidor confirmed. I don't, actually. I don't. I did own a humidor for a while, and I didn't take care of it right. I fucked it up, and I didn't get another one after that. I fucked around and found out on my humidor. Who knew you had to change, like, the water in the thing with the sponge thingy, and who knew that my meter was fucked up? I would read my meter, and it seemed like it was normal, so I thought it's fine, but the meter wasn't. Whatever. I'm still kind of sore about it. We do have an update on the Epstein files. If you guys were curious, Thomas Massey today shared the news that Larry Summer is resigning from teaching at Harvard as the university reviews his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Another guy in the Epstein files losing his job, getting shunned. That's great. That's awesome. I'm very happy about that. It's not prosecution. It's not an arrest. But I've been told by Nancy Mace now in her interviews that, I'm sorry, but if you were thinking that, we're going to get arrests and we're going to get trials here in the United States, we're not. I think even there was another American, the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. I'm sorry. He was doing press conference today, and they asked him, they were like, are you going to arrest anybody? Are you going to arrest any of the men who violated those girls? And he's like, what are you talking? Literally, his answer was, what are you talking about? I want to see if I can pick this up for you. Todd Blanche, Epstein. So like, not here. Oh, perfect. There it is. 3 hours ago. This was Todd Blanche at the Department of Justice. This is the person who's going to have, what's her name's job? Pam Bondi's job when she's humiliated into quitting.
Thank you. You said this is the end of the Epstein, of your review of the Epstein files. So just to clarify, is the public going to learn the identities of the men who abused the girls with the information that you're releasing? And if not, why not? And then I have a quick follow-up.
I mean, you just baked in an assumption into your question that I have never said and I don't know to be true. Is the public going to learn about men that abuse these girls? Like, what does that mean?
Guys, this is how far away we are from ever doing anything about this shit. This piece of shit up here, over there. He's a cunt over there. This is why nothing's going to happen. We can't even get these guys to admit that anything happened. What do you mean? I don't get it. You do know. You know damn right. You. Look at his burrito. You want me to cut his burrito? You motherfucker. I'll cut your titties off.
Men that abuse these girls. Like, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
Well, I mean,
how much are you getting paid to look this retarded? Because this should be humiliating to you.
they're the men who abused the young women through Epstein's.
Look, we said in July, and it remains as true today as it was in July.
No, it doesn't, because we've seen the files. You were lying then. So you're still lying now. I guess technically you're right. It's as true today as it was in July, meaning not at all.
If we had information, we meaning the Department of Justice, about men who abused women, we would prosecute them, right?
He can't even get that phrase out because he knows it's bullshit. Well, I have an idea. There's 3.5 million Epstein files that you cunts aren't letting out. Why don't you let them out to us? We'll take a look at them and we can help you. Maybe we can help find you a trafficking ring, because clearly you guys thought there might be some kind of trafficking going on. You named Leon Black and Les Wexner as co-conspirators in trafficking young women. Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, federal prison, for trafficking young girls. So, I mean, is it ineptitude, or are you just absolute Israeli bought and paid for scum? Don't answer. I already know.
We talked about the work that we're doing. That's why I said that. I said this earlier. There's this built-in assumption that somehow there's this hidden tranche of information of men that we know about.
No, you literally have hidden tranches of information. You're sitting there acting like that's a conspiracy. There's 3.5 million files that you've looked us in the eye and said, we're hiding these. Oh, it's like you guys think there's some hidden tranches of files. We don't know. You're right. We don't think there are. We know there are. You've told us there are.
That we're covering up, or that we're choosing not to prosecute. That is not the case. I don't know whether there are men out there that abuse these.
You don't know. Then why don't you quit your fucking job? And why don't we get someone in there that does know? Or at least that knows and is actually willing to do something about it. I'm just kidding. I didn't think that he actually would. Oh my, Los Federales just sent us a fine humidor collection. Take a look at these bad boys, huh? Take a look at that. That's nice. We got he's got it's like a wine cellar, but a humidor with a bunch of drawers, like a goddamn smoke shop in there at Los Federales place. Thank you, buddy, for sending that in. Yes, that is Rusty Grammar says Psalm 23. Oh God, I forgot they're huge still. Keep sending in your stuff. It's going to be that big. Let's try to put this a little more Let's make it just a little less comical. Let's see if we can make it a little more reasonable here. We'll still make it gigantic, but we'll try to make it a little more. There you go, guys. $1 from, hey, everybody. How's it? Hey, over. Thank you, Rusty Grammar, for the dollar. Obo Chili Recipe says Los is high cotton. He really is. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. So Larry Summers from Harvard, he's out at Harvard because of his involvement with the Epstein files. But the problem with that is that now what are we supposed to do? Because we want justice. We want these guys who have to face justice. And to me, I just don't think that them losing their jobs is justice enough for the evil shit they took part in. So I thought that maybe we could hire this guy to be our next attorney general, and maybe he could round up all the co-conspirators in the Epstein files.
He doesn't fucking understand. You understand, you motherfucker? You understand, you motherfucker, you fucking cocksucker? He's begging for his life, this fucking cocksucker.
What? See, that I would like this guy to be the attorney general.
Bitch, huh? What a fucking bitch.
What a bitch. What a bitch. Yeah. I like your burrito. Look at that.
Yeah.
You want to cut your burrito? You want me to fuck this maricon?
You can fuck him if you want to.
The fuck are you laughing for?
Why do you want to fuck this man? I'm asking you to find money from him.
I'll cut your fucking titties off, you motherfucker. You fucking cocksucker. I'll cut your fucking titties. Titties. No. The fuck I want your burrito for? You fucking cocksucker.
See, now this would...
I'm going to cut your fucking dick, and maybe they'll put a fucking smile on your fucking face.
See, this is what I mean. Like, if we had someone like this enforcing the Epstein files, I think we'd be a lot further along. You need me more with $1, says Salty. Oh, I'm liking the big dono button, especially for the $1 ones. It's kind of funny. Ablo Pacheco says after Bill Gates' admission yesterday, he needs to be in jail. Yeah, Bill Gates admitted to being with 2 women from the Epstein files, and nothing's going to happen to him. Unless maybe they try to force him out of Microsoft, but does he even really have that much of like an active role in Microsoft anymore? Is he still the CEO? Bill Gates' role in Microsoft. Microsoft now has no formal executive role, board position, or day-to-day operation. Left the board in 2020, acts as an informal advisor to CEO Satya Nadella. So he has no formal power. There's not really anything you can take away from Bill Gates. So, yeah, I walk around the house thinking this. I can't say it because YouTube punishes you for it, but, we'll see. Really, the only thing there is to do with these people, if the Justice Department won't prosecute, if the Justice Department won't investigate, if the Trump administration is going to continue to cover this up for Mossad, Bibi, Miriam Adelson, and Larry Ellison, if he's going to continue to be their bitch, then street justice is the only way. I mean, vigilante justice would be the... Remember when the media and the political class came out with their hair on fire against Luigi Mangione? Luigi Mangione's the biggest piece of shit. And like Bill Burr said something nice about Luigi. And we're like, Bill Burr's a piece of shit. We got to get Bill Burr. Bill Burr was kind of right. Luigi Mangione saw that this is a corrupt, disgusting system that preys upon its customers. And somebody needs to have the fear of God put in them. Somebody needs to be on the side of the consumer. Somebody needs to be on the side of the people, the producers in this country that deal in the real world. Because these people who are victimizing them day in, day out, and really psychologically abusing the people of this country will never stand any kind of justice for it. So, like, I don't really know. Well, I mean, I know what Luigi Mangione did wrong, But when a system is corrupt, taking out someone in that system, you know what I mean? This is what I walk around thinking about when I think about the Epstein files. I think, I don't want to think terrible things about eliminating people and things like that. But what choice do they leave us? These are people who are abusing children, who are acting like demons. I was not paid to say that, like the Candace Owens stuff. But they're abusing children. They're killing children. They're hurting children. And our DOJ doesn't even want to look into it because they know the fucking answer and they don't want to answer it because their answer is going to be a lie and they know it. So the only thing you can do, if the Department of Justice won't give you justice, what are you supposed to do? You have two choices. You can lay there impotently and just take it, or you can enact justice. And are they going to put the people of this country in a position where we have to dole out justice? Because then they're going to kill us. All of these rules, all of these laws, they protect the powerful, they protect the wealthy, they protect the evil. And those laws will never protect you. Gray Duckling with $2. It's just a giant cock right on the screen. They're taking advantage of the giant cock things on today's show. On a wall with $1. You fucking piece of shit. And it just says Aaron is a mo. You know what? As long as goals keep getting knocked out, I'm going to keep the donations this size. That's the new rule. Thank you, fuck you, dude, for the $100. I did say earlier, I don't think any of you have a $100 donation in you. I don't think any of you can top fuck you, dude. And the reason I said that is because before fuck you, dude gave us $100, I said, none of you can throw in $100 tonight. There's no way. And then fuck you, dude did it. Here's another. Oh, God damn it. I got a text from someone. And it says, here's another example of good cigar practices. And I'm reading what it said at the end. It said, not from hobo. And it was just a guy holding his erection. Can I press charges for that? I did not want to see a picture of someone of a giant cock. And it was people were sending in their cigar collections. And I was happy to see other people's cigar collections. And then that maricon fucking said, oh, look at this cigar collection. And it's a cock. Thanks a million. Taste Fairy Iolto says, you're gay for looking at it. That's not what the rule is. The rule is I'm not gay for looking at it because I didn't want to look at it. Unnerving Brain says, it was giant. That's gay. That's gay for you to say that. And it's gay for you to put a tongue emoji with it. Just letting you know. That's a gay thing that you just said. Snowcat Tish says, now you know how most women feel about dick pics. I did not have to see another man's cock to know that getting a picture of a man's cock is an unnerving situation and really, really disgusting and unwanted. But thank you, Snowcat Tish. Yeah, I'm really women's lib now. I knew before that picture of that. By the way, I'm going to pick up my phone right now. I'm not going to look at the cock again. I'm deleting the email. That's all I'm doing. Look, I'm not on the actual thing. I swiped. It's deleted now. Lander says, you look flustered. Go fuck yourself. How about that? Raymond Bryan says he should just start the speech by saying nothing I say is true. That's a good point. Hey, good news for those of you who like that AK-50 guy, that Brandan Herrera, whose name I keep fucking up. Brandon, I keep spelling his name wrong. I think I spell it with an A instead of an E at the beginning. Brandan Herrera, a new poll came out in Texas. You know, we've been talking about that Tony Gonzalez, not the football player. He's embroiled in that scandal where he fucked that staffer of his and then she set herself on fire and killed herself. The husband is now releasing the text between her and Tony Gonzalez, revealing that they had an affair. That's what caused her to get looked at funny at her job and ultimately caused her to kill herself. And he left her and started banging her best friend. So then she set herself on fire. Tony Gonzalez says, I'm not resigning. I'm staying here. Well, Brandan Herrera wants to take this Tony Gonzalez's seat. They're both Republicans, so he has to primary him. Brandan Herrera lost in the primary by 400 votes back in 2024. So now this year, he's primarying him again, and the polls are looking good for Herrera. He's at 45% in the latest poll. Gonzalez is at 21%, so he's more than doubling him up. And I want to believe that this is Jose Canseco in third place and Steve Barton in fourth place. But I don't know who those guys are. But if Herrera can get over 50%, they avoid a runoff and he takes the seat because it's a very red district. So this poll was taken between February 18th and February 20th. So it ended last Friday, and this week is when this Tony Gonzalez stuff has really started to pick up. So there's a chance that Brandan Herrera does get over that 45% hump before the primary. So, good for him. Everything I've read about the guy, he's a huge gun guy. He doesn't like Israel. He's pro-releasing all the Epstein files. So, hell, in that case, I'm a Brandan Herrera guy. Snowcat Tish says, fucking yikes, suicide by fire. Oh, yeah. No, it was, she swung for the fences. I mean, burning yourself up. Shit. You talk about someone who is not going to be talked out of killing themselves. Fire. As they call it, self-immolating. Ooh. That's one way to say it. That's a clean way to say it. Another way to say it was she died by setting herself on fire. Yankee says Jose is running too. Yeah, I hope it's Jose. Is Jose okay? Jose Canseco for Congress. Come on. Major League Baseball player Jose Canseco has not run for Congress, though he has publicly expressed interest in political appointments, and his distant cousin, Francisco Quico Canseco, previously served as a U.S. representative. Where? Texas's 23rd Congressional District from 2011 to 2013. Okay. So that guy, the Canseco that's in there, is related to one half of the Bash brothers, Jose Canseco. All right, guys, I'll let you in on a little secret because we got over an hour left, and that contribution from Fuck You Dude was fucking huge. We're only $30 away from calling it a win tonight, so I'd appreciate us just all jumping in real quick, knocking that out, 5 memberships on Rumble, whatever, and calling it a win for the toe, and erasing the memory of our defeat this morning. The sooner we knock it out tonight and call it a win, the sooner we wash the taste out of our mouth of this morning's $160 loss. All right, let's go to the Rampage Jackson thing here. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. I don't know. We've been goofing around a lot. Did we hit 300 tonight? Nah, 250. 250. Oh, Rumble's way down. YouTube's a little down. Who gives a shit? We're having fun. Fuck You Dude threw us a hundo. The rest of the audience is going to come up with a 30. We're going to have a win for the toe tonight. How can you not be a happy guy? So Rampage Jackson, the former UFC fighter, streams a lot on Kick. A lot of us got to know this through the fact that his son, I've already forgot his name. Rampage's son, remember he did that pro wrestling thing? Raja Jackson. His son Raja did this pro wrestling appearance at this indie group, and he was supposed to wrestle this guy, Psycho Stu. He was supposed to do a run-in and give him like a belly-to-back suplex, put him on the mat, and that was it. Raja Jackson instead did like a double leg, tossed him up, threw him to the ground, and then punched him like 20 times as hard as he could, unanswered in the head. Almost killed this Psycho Stu guy. The guy spent like a week in the fucking hospital, and Raja Jackson is going to be going to prison over this. Rampage has been taking it in stride, and he was streaming recently, and one of his fans wanted to come up and say hello to him while he was streaming. Here's the problem. One thing you don't want to do to a former world champion MMA fighter Because, they have instincts still. They still have fighters' instincts. You don't want to come next to them and do some fighter shit to them, I know that's your impulse. Like, oh, I'm a big fan of him. He'll love this. Like, no human being likes to be approached and, like, jostled or wrestled. They like, hello, Mr. Jackson. I'm a huge fan of yours. It's nice to meet you. Just be a fucking guy. But this little Asian kid learned the hard way. You don't fuck around with Rampage.
It's just more annoying than anything. So you're not one of us, so you're not welcome here.
What's up, Rampage?
That's how you're going to greet me? You're going to walk up on me and try to choke me?
Oh, they pulled up on us. I thought you guys were in the bus. Yo.
That's how you're going to greet me?
What you saying, Rampage? Rampage.
Oh, shit. Please fuck him up.
Is that how you're going to greet me?
He's right, though. Like, just be like, that makes Rampage look like a zoo animal. Like, oh, you were a fighter, so I should come up and I should nobody wants to be no man. I forgot Roots was into by the way, Roots said he was into goth chicks the other day, so we started saying goth chicks near my phone. Now my Facebook reels, there's goth chicks in them. In the reels on my phone. And they're such dirty, like, not dirty like in a good way. They're just fucking pick-me whores. Like in these reels, a guy will put his hand out like this to shake their hand, and she'll put her neck in his hand like choking, right? Because we girls, that's what we got it, bitch. And that's clearly because of Roots and what he's writing in the chat. So, and they're gross. I don't like goth girls. There's a very like teenage schoolgirl skirt vibe that I think is perverted and fucked up and says a lot about, what's going on up here. Well, anyway, no human being wants you to come up from behind as a stranger and just put your arm around their neck. It's an invasion of their space, their privacy. It doesn't matter if they're a fighter or anything like that. It's like nobody comes up to Floyd Mayweather and walks up and just punches him in the face like, hey, Floyd, bam. No, that would be a shitty thing to do. So I'm okay with Rampage just stomping this Chinaman's ass.
You're going to walk up on me and try to put me in the guillotine? No. You think that's a greeting?
Sorry.
There we go. I love this. I love that he's just choking guys out.
You think that's a greeting?
What else?
How you been?
Yeah, good. You?
There we go. That's how you do it. Rampage Jackson choking an Asian man out on camera. Dude, Rampage gives so little of a fuck that he literally just committed a crime live on camera. And he's like, go ahead, press charges, you little bitch. He just put him in a rear choke, squeezed him until he tapped. You know what? I do have to respect that kid, though, because he didn't tap out right away. So Rampage, you'll notice he kept cinching it in a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper. And then finally the kid tapped. He didn't tap right away. He wasn't a full bitch.
You're gonna greet me?
But look at this. You want to be greeted this way?
Anything, so you're not one of us. So
like, who does this? A stranger just coming up behind like that. And it's an ugly dude. When you take a look, it's like Asian Paul Dano. And you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? You creep and a half.
You think that's a greeting?
Sorry.
See, he's not tapping right away. So we get cinch it. I'll cinch it in a little deep. There we go. Once he hooked the hand with the arm and pressed, that's when the kid was like, all right, I'm not impressing anybody. I'm going to pass out. But I fully endorse Rampage choking people out regularly on stream. For sure. Fauci's Pangolin says, here comes the choking goth girls now. Bong Time says, goth girls will let you fuck them in the poop chute. You're right, because they're fucking damaged and they're looking for attention in unhealthy ways. So they blow out their buttholes. Dinosaur Fuel says, they dirty girls. I know, I did not in a good way. Taste Fairy Iolto says, Rhea Ripley, though. Yeah, Rhea Ripley's cool, but I wouldn't say like Rhea Ripley's like my ideal, like, oh yeah, she's fucking hot. The goth thing is just the black lipstick. It's too much. Papa Shop says, ew, goth girls, I'll stick to getting dick pics from anonymous male fans. That's not what I said. That is not what I said. It's not an either or thing. Lander says, Rampage had a solid career. Problem was he whined and complained too much for large promotions to keep him. One of the things that got me to check out MMA was him powerbombing a motherfucker in Pride. Rampage was one of the first guys to get me to watch an MMA fight. I think it was Rampage and Vanderlei Silva. Vanderlei Silva was one of my favorite fighters, too, early on in MMA. I think it was those two. Rampage versus Vanderlei Silva. Here we go. Rampage versus Vanderlei. UFC 92. We're going to play real quick because they'll cut us off for this shit. Who ended up winning? That was Rampage. Oh, man, he fucked him up, too. All right, here, real quick.
Rampage with a quick jab.
Oh! Yeah. There, 2008. Yep, 2008 was when that fight was. Vanderlei and Rampage were two of my favorites early on. Oh, man. Pride was more fun to watch than UFC. Yeah, because Pride did, they had the four corners. They had the square ring, not the octagon. Unnerving Brain says, goth girls that listen to Danzig. Oh, 50-year-olds? Fucking hell. Landers says, Rampage was one of the few to speak up about the Reebok sponsorship bullshit. Yeah, he was one of the guys, because the way these MMA guys used to make money, and should still be able to, is they used to get these sponsorships. You know, Brock would have like Jack Link's beef jerky and Jimmy John's on his trunks. And these guys would get paid independently of UFC to have those advertisements put on their trunks. And because Dana keeps all the money. That's why a lot of UFC fighters try to get boxing matches, because boxers make way more money than MMA guys. Well, in like someone will get my dates right here, 2010, 2012, somewhere around there. UFC was getting big enough where Reebok offered UFC a shitload of money to sponsor all of their trunks and all of their gear. And UFC said yes. And then they told the fighters, you can't have these sponsors on your trunks anymore. You can't take those independent sponsorship deals. And Rampage was one of the guys who really spoke up about it. I want to say Brendan Schaub was also one of the guys who spoke out against the Reebok thing. I could be wrong. Dinosaur Fuel with $5. Thank you very much. Here, let's make that one a little smaller so that we can... We're doing the big $5 from Dinosaur Fuel. Didn't know it was send dick pics to Aaron night. It's not. It's not. Send dick pics to Aaron night. We don't need to do that. On a Wall with $1 says, I thought I looked super goth dressed in all black with black nail polish, and then I saw myself on the elevator door. I just look like a server. Yeah, well, there you go. Thank you for the $1. On a Wall. All right, 5 gifted memberships on Rumble, and we can call this thing a win tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys very much. Brock still has Jimmy John's on his gear, even in WWE. Yeah, he got to bring that along. That was part of his WWE deal. He got to keep his sponsors. Fucking crazy, man. T. Jefferson says, oh, it's a very good thing. Goth chicks are amazing. You sit this out, youngin'. We know they intimidate you a mite. I just don't like them. That's all. I just don't like them. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. We've got about an hour left. A little over 200 checking out the show right now. Like I said, hit that big, beautiful like button. Oh, my chat fucked up on me. I had to hit refresh. Dana White is a bald, weak KF word. Dana White is a Jew. Not a lot of Dana White fans in the chat. 2013 is when they got the sponsorships, the Reebok sponsorship. Okay. No, we're not sending dick pics to the toe tonight. Thank you very much. That's not going to be necessary. All right, good. We're getting to my favorite guy of the night. This guy from was it Champlin Park, Minnesota? Champlin, Minnesota. So this is in the north suburbs, too. I grew up not too far, probably 20, 30 minutes from Champlin. It's up near the Blaine, Andover, Champlin area. They were talking about a, what do you call it? A resolution. There was a resolution put before the Champlin City Council this week about flying the old Minnesota flag. If you don't know about the Minnesota flag, we got a new one a couple years ago because there was a Native American riding around with a bow and arrow, like a Tootsie Pop wrapper. And there was a farmer with a gun tending to his fields, and he was, looking out for that Injun, And they're like, that's offensive. That's terrible. And I'm like, oh, that's factually accurate. And they changed it to what was kind of a replica of the Somali flag. It's one of the most cucked things that Minnesota's ever done. What do you expect when you elect a man's man like Tim Walz? So they do this new flag, and a lot of Minnesotans are pissed about it. They don't like it. It looks like shit. So this city of Champlin puts forth on the agenda a resolution to continue flying the old flag. And that's what they want to keep flying outside of City Hall. This old grizzled feller is the best way I can describe him. This old grizzled feller gets up there, and he's going to give an impassioned speech defending the old Minnesota flag. And I'd like to think that this is the speech that caused everyone to vote yes, because the resolution did pass. The city of Champlin is flying the old Minnesota state flag.
50-year resident, moved here 50 years ago this fall. First 35 years were wonderful. The last 15 years or so, I've seen changes coming about in Champlin here that oftentimes I've wanted to move away. And I'm telling you right now, I'm thinking about it again.
By the way, why is that something that gets listened to when it's everyone but white Christians? Any other group, any other religion, they say that, I feel like moving away, I don't feel welcome. Oh, well, then we'll shame all the neighbors and we'll tell them they have to be nicer to you and consider your feelings. And I'm not saying that's not great. I'm not even saying that's not the way to go. But it seems like when a God-fearing white guy like this, when he says, I've seen a lot of changes I don't feel as welcome in my community anymore. He says the same exact thing, and those same people that would be understanding and tolerant before would be, shut the fuck up, white man. Things change. That's how shit goes. But if a bunch of white people move into a predominantly black neighborhood and things start improving, yeah, it's gentrification. You're taking away the culture of this area. Look, I'll make you a trade. You can keep bitching about gentrification. I'm fine with that. Let's do it. But then you also have to be way more empathetic to people like this guy who don't like seeing change in their neighborhood either. If you can agree to that, we're golden. They can't, though.
That flag was forced upon the people of this state by a communist trifecta in our state house.
Oh, shit.
Pardon me if you don't like that. There was nobody else wanted that. And
I don't want to defend Keith Ellison. I don't want to defend Tim Walz. But those guys are way too big of pussies to be communists. I got to defend them from the, you don't want to, if you think Tim Walz and Keith Ellison are communists, you don't want to fucking see communism, brother. Those guys are establishment Democrats. Those guys are corporatist Democrats. Hell, I wouldn't even say they're socialist. I wouldn't even say they're extreme Democrats. Those are corporatist, play by the rules, listen to the donors Democrats. Those are not socialists. Those are not communists. You see socialists and communists, then you tell me how those suit-wearing, yes, sir, no, sir, Tim Walz, Keith Ellison types are communists. They're just not. They're too businesslike. They're really greedy capitalists with a D next to their name.
What it represents, well, first of all, it doesn't represent anything from Minnesota. The old flag is our history, very meaningful.
His new one doesn't even say nothing about engines.
But if we start flying that new flag, it'll give me more impetus to find a new home. This is nonsense, and I've been working with a number of state legislators are close friends of mine, some of whom I helped get elected.
Just don't say our name. It's the beard, really.
And if we can manage it, we're going to get a change back again. That's my opinion. Thank you.
My daddy served in the army, and he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our... I like that guy. And then Champlin ended up approving the resolution to fly the old Minnesota flag. The new state flag has been routinely derided since it was adopted in 2024, so not even 2 years ago, with some suggesting that the flag is eerily similar to the Somali flag. Yeah, see, there's our old flag, kind of old-timey, very kind of MS-DOS, Oregon Trail looking. And then this piece of shit. Ugh. Now, I know that you hear, oh, it looks like the Somali flag. Come on, Aaron, that's a little on the nose. No way. Well, here, why don't you be the judge? Here's a little side-by-side. See? They look nothing like each other. That's the state flag of Minnesota over here, and here's the Somali flag over... Oh, wait, hold on. No, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. This is the Somali flag. This is the Minnesota... Or is this the... No, this is the Minnesota... This is the Minnesota flag, and this... Theirs goes ding, 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 ding. Ours goes... Ding, 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 ding. It's those little bitty tings. It's not the same. Not the same. People are saying Tim is a communist. He's not. I mean, Tim Walz, communists would fucking wipe the floor with Tim Walz. Tim Walz is an establishment Democrat who does exactly what the party tells him to do. Trust me. Commies are way more fucking hardcore than Tim Walz. All right, guys, $25 away from today. One thing you can't let me do. You can't let me get $100 drop in from Fuck You Dude and lose tonight. You can't even, technically, you can't let us get $100 and then we should, no rally segment tonight. Like, honestly, $25 away, which is 5 gifted memberships on Rumble, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Get after it. Let's have some fun. Let's get a win tonight. All right, this is the story that the episode was named after. This is the Squatty Potty guy. Now, if you didn't hear about this, the Squatty Potty guy, the guy who invented a type of toilet that makes it easier for the turds to fall out of your butt. You know, the unicorn, the commercial with the guy in the beer and the unicorn, the whole deal. He was on Shark Tank, this whole thing. This guy who's obsessed with your bowel movements, obsessed with your buttholes, the gay guy who made the Squatty Potty. You're not going to believe this, but you know what? Let's let Oxygen News tell you.
Squatty Potty. A simple stool that's been carefully designed that allows the user to squat.
The inventor of the Squatty Potty, Robert Edwards, arrested for allegations surrounding child pornography. Edwards taken into custody February 12th in Utah, 2 days after a grand jury indicted the millionaire, with prosecutors arguing he knowingly received multiple images of child sexual abuse material.
Now, he's a gay man who is married and has adopted children. Not helping the stereotypes, I will say. But ew, fucking ew. Oh! Receiving child pornography, and he's adopted I think 4 children this guy's adopted. Like, we had laws in this country. Here we go. Let's get in trouble. Let's hit the goal if we're going to get in trouble here. We had laws in this country that said gays couldn't adopt. And one of the reasons why gays couldn't adopt is because there was a widely held belief that gays disproportionately kind of poo-poo the idea of age of consent. It's not as big of a deal to them as it is to us, and that in the gay community, a lot of young men, Milo Yiannopoulos has talked about this. A lot of young gay men, or a lot of young men are wined and dined by older gay men when they're younger, and it leads them down that path. But no, it's totally a gene thing, right? So anyway, they didn't want gay couples having children. They're like, look, if you want to have a kid, marry a woman, have a kid that way, whatever. Well, we got guilted out of it, and we said, well, that's bigoted, that's hateful, that's discriminatory. Yeah, maybe you're right, but it's working. It's doing well. Now we have, and this is not the first guy, and he won't be the last. Now we have a bunch of fucking perverts receiving CP, adopting kids, and God knows what's going on there.
Now, there's something that each and every one of you are doing wrong every day of your lives, and it's adversely affecting your
And it has to do with your asshole. Sorry to be so blunt about it.
health. And when not in use, it stores neatly away.
Edwards found fame following his 2014 appearance on Shark Tank. His bathroom aid ultimately landing millions of dollars.
Of course, he made a product that has a diagram of your rectum. Damn near killed him.
In sales before he sold the company in 2021. Edwards was charged with receipt of child pornography. He's denied all allegations, pleading not guilty ahead of his detention hearing on March 2nd.
So it sounds like they haven't even brought him in yet, that he had like a Zoom conference where he pleaded not guilty. Well, it's they don't want to look like they're being discriminatory. Ugh. Does that work for diarrhea too, says Bong Time. I feel like if you have diarrhea, the shit's coming out just fine. Too fine, really. I don't think you need a squatty potty for diarrhea. All right, guys, let's knock this out. I took an L yesterday morning, this morning, so I don't want to do, I don't want to get down to $30 at fucking 6:30, and then at 8:30 I'm going, so knock out the fucking 25. Let's call this thing a win tonight. We've been doing a fucking great show for you. Let's throw it in and call it a win for the toe. We deserve it. Let's knock out this week of evening shows with a W. $1 from Fauci's Pangolin. It's gigantic. $1, he says, that fuck stole my idea. The Squatty Twatty. I would not admit that you stole any ideas from that man. Abel Graham says, wait, does receipt imply intent? Well, they're saying he's a knowing recipient of it. So knowing recipient. Unnerving Brain says, morning show loser fuck. I know, we've been in this. I told you it goes in a cycle. The morning show fucks for a long time. And then the evening show will, they'll ride low for a little, like they were the last 2 or 3 weeks. And then it'll totally flip. Like the last 3 weeks, we've been having perfect weeks because the morning show will pick up the evening show. Now, this week, the evening show has been carrying the morning show. Well, that's not true. The evening show carried its own evening show from the night before yesterday. But now the evening show is already, they're just $25 away, and they were $25 away at like 7 o'clock. So that means we've made dick in 45 minutes. Let's just get this last 25 out of the way, call it a win. And who gives a fuck? Next clip, Stephen A. Smith. I'll come back to you guys in a little bit. When I come back, I want that fucking goal hammered out. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rant. See how much fun it is when it is knocked out? Do that. Bet you none of you have a 50. Stephen A. Smith, fucking based today on... how many fucking shows does this guy have at this point, by the way? 7, 8 a day? Is he ever not doing a show? But he's doing more politics now. In fact, I guess he's got a Sirius XM politics. Does anybody have Sirius XM anymore? I feel like Tourette, like there was this weird thing like in the mid 2000s where satellite radio was starting to become more popular, and they're like, it's going to kill radio. And then podcasts happened, and podcasts had a bigger impact on satellite radio than they did traditional radio. Like traditional radio still listened to like by 92% of people weekly. More people listen to terrestrial radio every week than listen to podcasts. But podcasts absolutely decimated Sirius XM. So I don't know if people are still listening to satellite radio. I guess truckers are, people who drive a lot. Can't be changing stations all the time. He has a show on their politics channel, and Stephen A. Smith might be, and this is, look, this tells you how idiocracied out our politics are, but I think the sports talk guy might be the kind of guy that Democrats are looking for to kind of cross over and win some centrist and Republican votes. Because Stephen A. Smith makes no allusions to the fact he's a Democrat. He admits it. But he's got some shit. He's got things that are considered conservative today. Now, I don't consider voter ID to be a conservative issue. I just don't. 83% of Americans believe that there should be voter ID of some sort. Stephen A. Smith went on this rant, though, but for some reason, the Democratic Party, their actual the what do you call it? The rank and file Democratic Party, they're against it. This is what Stephen A. Smith had to say on the issue.
I need.
Fill in the blank. Go ahead, guys. Hey, hold on. Let's have some fun.
I need.
Cock. Okay, that's the easy one. Let's do the next one.
I need.
To knock out the goal. Of course, that's the one you guys would say.
I need.
Cocoa butter. I'm very ashy right now.
I need.
An extra 15 minutes. I'm going to be late.
I need.
Chitlins. That's okay. Last one. I'm going to let you guys do it. This is racist. This is gross. This is lowbrow humor.
I need.
Go ahead. Letting you do it.
ID. If I'm a person in New York who wants to get anywhere from $19 to $30 an hour to shovel snow, I need two forms of ID. But Democrats are arguing on Capitol Hill, why should you need ID to vote?
Well, in fairness, we have more control over the snow we shovel than our vote. The snow we shovel, we influence our community more when we shovel snow than when we vote at this point. I mean, we've flip-flopped the parties a couple of times now. It always just seems to be this like differing levels of shittiness. So why do I need two forms of government ID to shovel but not to vote? Because shoveling snow is way more important than voting the way we do it. That's why.
Make it make sense.
Splashed it with water, trying to make it make sense.
These are the issues we should be talking about. These are the discrepancies we should be pointing out. These are the hiccups that we should be bloviating about.
I mean, 83% of the people want a fucking thing. I mean, could we maybe give it to them? I mean, wasn't it Carlin? I think it was Carlin who said, even in a fake democracy, people ought to get what they want once in a while. Let's see what the chat. Oh, the chat was playing along with the Stephen A. Smith gag. Here we go. A banana, says Sam Show. Fried chicken, says Bapa Shop. Do you feel like we're being lazy tonight because it's the last evening show of the week and we've knocked out the goal? I'll update you on that in a second. Is that why? Because we're being lazy. Sam Show says to grape drink. Nader P says watermelon. Sam Show says Newports and white women. Abel Graham, collard greens and ham hocks. Halata Fachina, a big old white girl. Fauci's pangolin, for you to open the goddamn register. Abel Graham, AOC's juicy Latina ass. Hulkamasha baby, to win this paternity test. Well, that's important too. Katie with $30 over on Venmo. It's a win for the toe tonight. Thank you.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
Thank you guys very much. We missed by 160 this morning, but I'm writing that one off. That's just, you win some, you lose some. Oh, God. Uraf Agate says on YouTube, I heard that was also the guy that made Melton's ass wiping stick. That's bullying. That's bullying. Aren't we in that poor boy's head enough? I saw on Kevin's show yesterday, he was all salty and bitchy that I'm not on Super Tips. Like, I guess Super Tips is struggling because they don't have a lot of A-listers on there. They got one of their biggest names is Pat Dixon and Carmick. So he really wants Aaron on there. I'm sorry, you've threatened to fuck my kid. I'm not going to work with you in any way, shape, or form. And he's like, I don't get it. Why doesn't he just do Super Tips? I don't understand. It's stupid. It would be so good for him. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but it wouldn't be good for the show. I've seen the shows it's on. It's terrible. Like, it's a show killer. It disrupts flow. The people who write into it are criminally unfunny. Everything is about sodomizing someone with something, or there's cum, or they're like, all these guys are fucking gay. Like, they're really hiding the gay and not so well. And the voices are dog shit. Like, it's a bad program. It's hackneyed. And I think it's probably already obsolete at this point. Not to mention, no one's ever going to buy the fucking thing, which he lies about all the time, but he can't help it. It's just, don't blame him. It's just the way he's always been. He doesn't have parents. They didn't teach him anything. But it's an obsolete technology already. Nobody's going to buy the fucking thing because they don't get permission from people to use it. They get cease and desists all the times, and they have to back down. I mean, it's a terrible system. But I guess it's not going very well, and he was talking about how he's not making any money off it, and I'm so sad. Why doesn't Aaron use it? It's like, bitch, you got to let me go. Seriously, it's unhealthy. You and your butt buddy, you got to let me go. So no, I'm not going to be using Super Tips. It's good to know they're struggling, though, and that they need me really bad. But then again, they always have. I also, Taste Fairy Ialto says, didn't he claim he sold it? Yeah, he lied about that, too. I sold it a long time ago. As his sores ooze pus. He didn't. He admitted yesterday when I was watching Kevin Brennan. He's like, I own a little bit of it. So he's struggling. I guess he's not making a lot of money. His health isn't very good. And he needs the toe. I'm sorry, didn't I already bail out that failing brand once already? I've already bailed it out. I'm not going to keep bailing it out. He can't be my trust fund baby. It's not how this is going to work. I also saw that the other guy was coping really hard too. Oh boy. I mean, I was happy with the way Monday went. Monday went very well for me. Apparently not so much for someone else. Yikes. He was trying to self-soothe with lies too, not Melton. He's actually, I'll give him this. I think he's been handling it way better. I think his tactic has been way more responsible. But, he's approached it with a level of fear, and I think that's been better for him. But Pissy Pants, who is having a really hard time letting go of his crush after 2 years, he's soothing himself with these lies. He said, "Oh, they're scared of me, and the case, so they're asking for settlements." And I'm like, no, we never did, actually. The judge saw the way. What we'd like to do is just get done with this fucking hearing because we were crushing it. We were killing him. And we want to get to the end of the hearing and fucking win this thing. But the judge asked, hey, guys, let's work on settling this thing. And I love this judge. I think he's a great guy. And so we said, sure, let's work on it. And we were acting in good faith. It was ordered that they offer us a settlement. They have not done it. They've blown past every deadline. They got called out on it on Monday. So that's what we're waiting on at this point. I just, since somebody had to open their big mouth and throw a lie out there, I had to just correct. I think that's why he's upset. is because he got that news. I don't know. Working Class Icon says, serious question. One, do you think Candace is going to cross a line with this new Erica Kirk series that makes her radioactive? Episode 1 dropped today and was multi-generational buckshot at grandparents and other long-dead relatives. Yeah. I was watching that episode 1 because I do kind of support most of what Candace is doing because I do think there's a lot of smoke around Erica Kirk. I think she was an asset. I think she has behaved very strange. But as I was watching this first episode of Candace's thing, I was like, okay, you're kind of like almost doing the true crime grift at this point. Let's pick it up. Let's get into some good stuff. She's going through like her parents' divorce documents and her grandparents' history and all of that stuff. And yeah, I was not impressed with episode 1 of Candace's thing. Look, she's playing a really like risky game here. This has to hit. She can't build up this Erica Kirk thing and then all of a sudden come out with like petty, bitchy gossip. That's not going to work for her. She's got to come out and she's got to come out firing and she's got to give people stuff that makes even the people who were on the fence about Candace go, oh shit, I did not know that about Erica Kirk. That's fucking crazy. She might actually have something here. But she hasn't done that in episode 1. I thought you should have come out with some of the heavy ordinance, if you will. There's a guy named Coop on YouTube, and this guy Coop on YouTube does a really good job of breaking this down. Candace has got to be careful because you can't just put slop out there and go, see, did it. She's got to really hit hard. Fauci's Pangolin says, let me know when Candace comes up with something. Ow, wait. Love that guy. Love that guy. Taste Fairy Alto says he's the one who wanted to talk about Aaron's dick in court, and probably in his free time, too. Butter says, hey, liar, when you say settlement, are you suggesting they will pay? No, settling the thing, the case, not pay. So I also realize that the people who hate me, they don't like when they get confronted with the truth. They get angry at me. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I would say you're probably taking other people's lives too seriously, but if I live in your head that badly, there is a disgusting part of me that kind of likes that. All right, we got a bunch of other stuff we got to get to, and we got a half hour to do it. Thank you guys very much for your generosity. We've already notched another win for the toe tonight. Everything you guys throw in is extra. Thank you so much.
All right.
Oh, shut up. I gotta be honest. That scared the shit out of me a little bit. I forgot to hit pause on that clip. So we got some Bill Maher. We got some. Oh, I want to do this one first. This one's gonna jump the line. We got some Ilhan Omar, our girl Ilhan. My Lost Interest says, Aaron, stop talking. No, I know. And the rule is when your enemy's making a mistake, don't interrupt them. I just wanted to clarify that one. Inconsistency. Well, I'll just say it. Lie. You're off. Agate says Melton would throw the kitchen sink at you, but he doesn't own a house. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Equity is important. It's how you build wealth. You guys want to see some base Jews? I've been telling you guys this for a while. Bapashab's not going to like this, or maybe he will. Sam Show definitely won't like it. But I've told you guys before, look into Orthodox Jews, because if you don't like Israel and you don't like the way the Zionists are fucking around and all that stuff, Orthodox Jews might be your guys, because they don't believe Israel should exist yet. Orthodox Jews believe there cannot be the return of the kingdom of Israel until the Messiah comes back, or until the Messiah presents himself. When the Messiah comes to earth, then there can be a kingdom of Israel. Until then, it's blasphemous. They see the state of the Orthodox Jews see the state of Israel as blasphemous and secular. They do not recognize it as a Jewish state. To go a step further, check this shit out. Look at that. We're about to get a strike on YouTube. I'm pretty sure we can show burning the American flag, but I don't think we can show this. They are positively thrilled about. Look at that. They're loving it. Hava Nagila Hava. I want to get in there and dance with. Fuck? Let's fuck. He likes that. Karmic liked that protest. I want to get in there and dance with them. You kidding? They're having so much fun. Orthodox Jews burning the Israeli flag send a powerful message saying criticizing Israel is not hating Jews. Telling you, those Orthodox Jews, like I said, they do not like it. They do not like it. That whole Israel thing. And silly them, the Orthodox Jews believe that Israel gives the rest of those Jews a bad name. Huh. Sam Show says, depends on how ridiculously Jewish it is. Orthodox Jews are pretty funny. Just look at them. Oh, Sam Show liked it. All right. Honky says the Messiah was born on April 20th, 1889, and the Jews killed him again. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. That's... Who was born? I think I know this. Who was born on April 20, 1889? Yeah. I knew. There it is. Thank you for that. I had a feeling with this audience. Roots Calhoun says, I moved right to the edge on the city on the border of Lincolnwood and Skokie. It's Jew Central in Illinois. I see them dancing every Saturday night. Maybe if they'd burn a few more Israeli flags, I'd come down there and party with them, drink a little Manischewitz, eat some latkes, have some fun. Why not? Wow. 270 of you checking out the toe right now. I should probably quit fucking around and do a good job. OG Anonymous Fake Dono with $10 says, here's some cashesh to put towards the morning show goal, miss, or maybe some button cookies. That puts us we're $150 away from our morning show, miss. I'll go till 9 if you guys do that, but there's no way we're making $150 in a half hour. That just ain't happening. I'm just happy that you guys gave us a W. Thank you, OG Anonymous Fake Dono. I appreciate it. I got Butter good. He's going to seethe about that one. Where do you go, Butter, to seethe about that when you get your ass kicked? Do you go to Reddit or Discord? How hardcore are you? How few friends do you actually have? It's too easy. This is why I don't do this very often. I get going, and these people get in their feels, and I like it. Shut up. My lost interest already told me to stop talking. You guys want to watch Eminem's ex-wife get arrested for DUI? By the way, Bapa Shab says it's pronounced Latka, you Midwestern goy fuck. Haha. I clearly dislike Jews more than you. I don't even pronounce their words right. You Jew. By the way, I will say OG Anonymous Fake Dono sent that 10. And he said maybe you can put this towards the morning show, or you can go get button cookies. I would be lying if SP and I weren't texting today, and I asked her, I'm like, I literally sent this text because I knew you guys would like this. So we were talking about going to some events and stuff that we've got coming up, some family shit. Where is it? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, so we were talking about some gay shit. She was asking about, she's asking about cuddling and shit tonight. So we were talking about that. And then at one point I did say, do you want ice cream? And I'll tell you this. I was asking because I kind of want ice cream. And I also asked, so that was not the only food text I sent her to. Oh, God, this is going to sound so fucking gay. Listen to this. She was asking me where I was on Ozark after I went to the Y and played some basketball and worked out and stuff. She was asking me where I was on Ozark. So I told her what part of Ozark I was on. And then she wrote, okay. The very next text I sent her was, God, this sounds so fucking bad. I'm going to get ripped on so hard for this. I'm craving Girl Scout cookies. You want to know something? I still am craving Girl Scout. Sam Show writes, he's fat.
Oh, buddy.
What? Oh, he eats all the Thin Mints in bed. Aaron's on his cycle. Root says, cuddles, ice cream in the notebook. She's on the rag. Root says, me too, Aaron. Me too. Samoas will be my downfall. I'm more of a tag-alongs guy because, of course, I am. My Lost Interest says Girl Scout cookies and ice cream, then cuddling and watching Ozark. Oh, God. Right? Somebody's getting pregnant. And it's me. Chef Matic with $1 says, did you figure out what the... Oh, my God, I forgot that I keep forgetting that I made this so big. Let's bring it down a notch. Let's bring it down just a little there. Let's bring it wide this way. Let's bring it up like this. Up like 7. There we go. Let's bring it down like this. Let's bring it out like that. And hey, everybody. That's a little better. Did you figure out what the members only show was supposed to be tomorrow? I found out the movie Thank You for Smoking had executive producers Musk and Teal. Could be an interesting deep dive. I'm going to go back and look. I've got some notes and stuff. I might have some things for the members only show. I just forgot about them. 09 Canyon says, damn it, Aaron, stop liking the things I like. Why can't people like why is that bad? Bong Time says Girl Scout cookies are a real good strain. You know, I hate to sound like poor white trash, but I've been grocery shopping at Aldi again. I switched to Walmart and Coburn's. I'm back to Aldi. And I got to say, they have I can't remember what the flavor is called, but they have a peanut butter chocolate cookie like the tag along. Oh, to die for. If I were you, I'd head on out there. I can turn an Aldi trip into an expensive trip, and it's unfortunate. I should be a little more tight-fisted, but I like their dips. I'll get some dips at Aldi. I enjoy a good Aldi dip. Sorry, I just forget I said anything. Roots says, I'll eat a whole ass box of Girl Scout cookies, regret it for a little while, and then promptly eat another box. Attaboy. Halada for China says, no wonder I can't get any Girl Scout cookies in the St. Cloud area. Aaron buys them all. No, I don't, because I never carry cash into the grocery store. I always have cards. Now, don't tell me that the Girl Scouts are taking cards now, because that's going to be game over. Let me believe that you need cash to buy Girl Scout cookies. I just bought 2 pizzas from a fundraiser one of our listeners' kids is doing. And I'm eagerly awaiting the delivery of my pizzas. Ronhead Rex says, I only ever buy them if the girls are in uniform. Haven't bought a box since the 70s. All right. My Lost Interest says, a quarter for a cart? No, thank you, Aldi. Hey, you know what the cool thing is about, you know what the really nice, you can find out how good of a Christian you are at Aldi? What I always do is I put my groceries away. I bring the cart back to the cart thing, and then I leave the quarter in it so the next person can have the cart. And I figure that'll come back to me somehow, some way. That's a nice little move to make. And then maybe we'll all start doing that forever. And it'll just keep getting paid forward. Potato Head Case says the Girl Scouts take Venmo and Square. Shut the fuck up. Toad Climbs Mountain says your members only show was on the history of the Freemasons. Thank you. We're doing that.
All the way, Virginia, bitch.
Thank you very much, Toad Climbs Mountains. I'm such a greedy whore that someone said Venmo and Square in the chat, and I forgot I was talking about Girl Scout cookies, and I thought he had sent a donation, and my greedy ass was going to check Venmo. What a piece of shit I am. What an opportunistic cunt. Thank you guys for going over tonight, by the way. 09 Canyon says, those little fuckers do take cards. You can't escape. There's no excuse. God, maybe SP and I, you think they're still at Walmart tonight? Grab some Girl Scout cookies. Oh, Root says it's like $6.50 a box now, the little hustlers. Motherfucker. I just bought 2 pizzas for $18 from a fundraiser thing. Shit. Potato Head Case says, I return the carts to keep the quarter. That's how I make my living. Well, attaboy. 09 Canyon says, people always swap carts for quarters right in the parking lot most of the time at all. Yeah, people will just, here, take a quarter, and I'll take your cart from you. And if you're cool, you don't take their quarter. You're just like, here, take the cart. It's fine. But if you're, smart with money, you take the quarter because every little bit helps. Taste Fairy says, I made a bunch of money recycling those 25-cent carts they sell. They're not selling them. A lot of Vagina says, then leave me some cookies, you Christian. I'm not buying any of your fucking Girl Scout cookies. Go eat them all you want, you fucking diabetic. Lose a toe, see if I give a shit. Sorry, that was not. Tomorrow's confession, by the way. I was thinking of going. The reason I was thinking about going to confession is A, I'm available when it's there. And like I've said, I hate a lot of people on the show this week, and I gotta watch that shit. When is confession at my church? I think it's Thursday at 7:30 a.m. Fuck that, dude. I can't make that. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.? Wait a minute, what's adoration? They also offer adoration with confessions on Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is recommended to check the bulletin for any seasonal changes. Okay, so 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I can still make it. Oh, yeah. Chef Maddox says, you fuckers get a free quarter for taking back a cart in your state? No, it's your quarter. You get your quarter. Charger says, I would contribute more, but I'm building a house and fuck is that expensive. Anyways, keep up the good work. Hey, man, you hit the thumbs up button. You and I are cool. Because then someday someone else is going to be in your shoes. They're not going to be able to contribute to the show, and you will, and we'll all think you're the coolest fucking guy who ever lived. Now, somebody gift Charger a membership so he doesn't have to watch ads. Taste Fairy Ialto says, you can confess directly to God, Oh, we got ourselves a fucking Protestant. Oh, yeah. Oh, you can just confess directly to God. One thing I like about... Okay, look, I'm not trying to shit on Protestants. But one thing that sets Catholics apart from the rest of you is that we don't just believe in your soul being saved through belief. You also have to act right. What I've always said about Catholicism, the reason I left Catholicism was because I was a teenager and they were molesting teenagers and covering it up, and that fucking just made me so mad that I lost my religion for a long time. Then I fucked up a lot and I went, maybe we should, your best thinking got you here. Let's give it up to God a little bit. So the one thing that made me go back to Catholicism is I just feel like there's a lot more accountability for your behavior in Catholicism. And I think about it a lot more is all. Chev Maddox says, wait, you temporarily rent the cart? Yes, temporarily rent the cart. 09 Canyon says, I saw a video of a guy who 3D printed an Aldi cart unlocker, no quarter needed. What a cheap fucker. God damn it. Fauci's Pangolin says, Aaron likes going into a closet and telling men his sins. My lost interest, I would never get on my knees in front of a priest. You're not on your knees. You're sitting in a vestibule, and there's a thing between you. Papa Shab says, you weren't molestable, Aaron. You were balding already at 14. That's mean. Root says, people want the quarterback so they don't leave them laying around the lot, and the bums have less carts to steal. Win-win. There you go. Taste Fairy says, wait, so you were jealous that you were not molested? No, I wasn't jealous no. When did I say I was jealous I didn't get molested? That is not what I said. Sam Show says he was molested by Norwood. That hurts. The molestation hasn't stopped either. Nobody said anything bad about my hair today, which makes me so happy because I threw a bunch of water in my hair and I took a shower before the show because I worked out today because I'm such a man, motherfucker. And I put water in my hair and I just kind of fussed it up a bit and it kind of landed like this. So I took a little bit of the pomade because I'm a goddamn Dapper Dan man and I just put it in there real quick and I'm like, make it stay like this. And so I decided to go with it. I like it. I think it looks good. It probably looks like trampled over shit, but I'm happy. Yankee says, do they allow Walmart carts at Aldi? I could just grab one of theirs and wheel it on over. Anawal says, oh, at the top, someone SD to fix the spider. No, it's fine. It's lovely. It looks so good. You guys love it so much. Just to let Yuroff know that I think he's the funniest guy in the YouTube chat for sure. He's the man. The priest will be snickering when Aaron confesses. That second part, you're absolutely right. Yuroff also says apostolic succession. Protestants atomized the church and created their own little fiefdoms. It's true. It's true. And Butter wants me to box Scott. I mean, I guess, Butter. Is that what you'd like? Butter is fucking mad at me tonight. He doesn't like... there's a lot of things for him not to be happy about tonight. Butter, I wouldn't do this to yourself. Don't give me the satisfaction of knowing that I fucking own your brain. It's not good for you. All right, let's watch Eminem's what could have been his wife, the mother of his child, Haley. This is her getting arrested for a DUI. You know, any of us who listen to the Marshall Mathers LP, though, know it could have gone a lot worse for her. I mean, she's been murdered in multiple songs, so.
Preliminary breath test, all right? So.
It's funny, she still dresses like 01 Slim Shady. Do a cipher, you fucking bitch.
What you're going to do is take a deep breath in and then blow out like you're blowing up a balloon, okay?
You know, for like your daughter's birthdays that you're not going to be at.
Keep going, 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 keep going. All right, you can stop.
It'd be funny if she blew in like the rhythm of an Eminem song. She'd say, boom, 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 boom. Hey, officer, don't you want to grow up to be just like me? It's going to read 0.25 when you analyze my pee. Don't you want to grow up to be just like me? I smell like cheap cigarettes and bottom shelf whiskey. Don't you want to grow up to be just like me? I'm such a fuck up. Marshall Mathers got sole custody. Don't you want to grow up to be just like me?
Okay.
She make it to her driveway, the poor thing? She clearly got some M&M cash. She's got a Range Rover.
All right, Kim, can you go ahead and turn around for me, please?
Oh, they're not even going to do the test. She blew into the breathalyzer, and he's like, yeah, you're under arrest. We don't even need to worry about the dog and pony show.
Put your hands behind your back.
Can I let my family know what's going on?
Yep. No, we will. We will. You've been cool with us.
Is that her phone? She's still holding the phone. Boy, we're addicted to those things, aren't we? Oh, no, it's just a shitty, like, hand warmer thing. Oh, Rook. Come on, Rook. You got to get those cuffs out better than that. You got to be like an old vet. Slap them on there. Like Joe Friday.
Is there anyone in the house that can move this GMC? Kim? Is there anyone in the house that can move the GMC so I can get the Range Rover out of here?
Why does my Range Rover not do anything?
Because it was used in the commission of a crime, so it's going to be impounded.
Oh, so even if you pull your vehicle into your driveway, they can still impound it? Oh, that sucks.
Operating while intoxicated and hit and run. So
Hit and run. Yeah, sorry.
yet.
Don't worry, you're not going to be driving it anytime soon. DUI and hit and run? Fuck.
Okay, where are your shoes at? I'm gonna have someone in the house grab them for you.
Okay, well, I have to give my thumb out.
I will. We will. I'm just gonna search it. You got anything on you? No. Poke stick, stabbing, hurt me at all?
Boy, you really don't age out of white trash, do you? Not one bit. She's not wearing any shoes. She's drunk as fuck. She's hitting stuff and running away. Holy dog dick. Why did it whistle? I've never heard the breathalyzer whistle. She was giving her. She was really going for it. Oh shit, where is it? Bong Time says she blew a .22. Oh, is that what it was? .22? That's, I mean, that you're humming at .22. Imagine the child support she got. Well, I don't know. I feel like Eminem, I remember him getting sole custody. Did Eminem have sole custody of Haley? No, he didn't. Following their divorces in 01 and 06. Oh, that's right. They got back together. Eminem and his ex-wife, Kimberly Mathers, agreed to joint legal and physical custody of their daughter, Haley Jade Scott. While Haley Jade Scott, how does Kimberly Mathers, Kim Scott. Blah. While they shared custody, Eminem was heavily involved in her upbringing, and he also gained full custody of other children. How many does he have? How many kids does Eminem have? You know, it would be great if Google, to try and save civilization, went, none of your fucking business. How about that? But he's got 3. He's got 3 kids. Oh, he's got a boy. That's good. Who's he got him with? Aaron, stop. Fucking stop. Let's let him have a life. He's a fucking spaghetti restaurant owner now. Chef Maddock with $1 says, at the risk of sounding ignorant, don't worry, I always do. Don't Catholics just got to say confession minutes before dying to get to heaven? I mean, you're supposed to be confessing your sins regularly. So you should, can you? Can you just say, I'm sorry for all the bad shit I've done and people I've run over and never do that shit again. That's for sure. Yeah, I guess technically by the rules, but it's a shitty move. You know, you also have to be anointed. The last sacrament is the anointing of the sick. You got to have the priest in there. They do the oil and the blessing so your soul can go to heaven. My Lost Interest says, in fairness to her, she blew a .22, so maybe she didn't know she hit another car. As her lawyer, I would have this thrown out. Where the fuck have you been all our lives? Wanhead Rex says, purgatorial backup plan a mile wide. Yeah, that's the other thing. The Protestants don't believe in purgatory. They think that us Catholics made that up. Makes sense to me, though. Purgatory always made sense to me. You know, like you ask about, can you just say you're sorry before you die and boom, there you go. Well, if you don't, you might go to limbo. You might go to purgatory while you work off your sins. And then, when you come up for review, I believe purgatory, you wait until Christ comes back. Are you because when I was a little kid, they taught me that you just it's like you work off your sins in purgatory. And I've kind of always believed that. But I'm pretty sure souls in purgatory stay there until the rapture. Are you? Let's figure this out. No, purgatory is not eternal. According to theology, it is a temporary, intermediate state of purification for souls who die in God's grace, but are not yet free from venial sin or the effects of sin, ensuring they are ready for heaven. It is a process that ends when the soul is purified. Okay, so they taught me right when I was a kid. You know what the really shitty thing Catholic doctrine stated up until very recently was that babies who are born before they can be baptized, receive communion, confirmed in the church and all that they go to purgatory. I think they did away with that. I want to make sure I've got that. According to modern Catholic theology, babies who die without baptism do not go to purgatory or hell, but are entrusted to God's mercy with the hope they go to heaven. So basically, you go up there and God goes, yeah, no, I know. You didn't have time to get baptized. It's fine. Come on in. So you got a good potty training program here. 09 Canyon says, I thought the Catholics got rid of purgatory. No. They still got purgatory, still some shit. Babies just don't go there anymore. Also, if your baby is born and it's not doing well and it looks like it might not make it, if you are a baptized and confirmed Catholic, you can baptize another Catholic. It's called a God damn it. It's not called that. I just took the Lord's name in vain while talking about baptism. It's called I just said it the other day on the show. A now baptism? What is a temporary baptism by another Catholic? Like, there's no excuse for not knowing this shit when you can just do this. It's, no, not emergency baptism, not private baptism. There's another name for it. It is considered temporary because it is an incomplete emergency rite to be followed by the full solemn ceremonies of the church if the person survives. There's another name for it. There's no way I'm just making this shit up in my head. I might be. Holy shit. All right. I got a little too fancy on you guys. That's on me. I thought there was another one. My Lost Interest says 2 goddams in a row. I know. I should go to confession tomorrow for sure. I should definitely go to confession. Bong Time says, you Catholics and your rules. We have a lot of rules. I like that. I think there should be rules. You're inheriting the kingdom of fucking heaven. I should really not say fucking heaven. It's not. I'm really not batting 1,000 here. Lay baptism. Thank you, on a wall. It's a lay baptism. That's what it's called. Thank you, bud. You're going into the kingdom of heaven. You're going to paradise for eternity. And you're like, oh, there's too many rules. There should be rules. 09 Canyon says, I know you can get last rites several times if you are having surgery or you are just really sick and survive. Some Catholics do get anointed before they go under the knife for a risky surgery. That does happen. Now people are saying more like gay baptism. Now stop it. We're being blasphemous. Siegkreutz says purgatory is in the Bible. It is therefore a holy and wholesome thought to pray for the dead that they may be loosed from their sins. See, that sounds like purgatory to me. Catholics win. Los Federales says, so Bonnie Blue got a lay baptism. Hey-o! All right, guys, thank you very much. Unbelievable show tonight. Thank you very much for your generosity. We appreciate it. Fantastic for you to be here. Thanks again. Oz is going to be here tomorrow morning, and man, are we going to have a great time. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again very soon.